Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Hold up. We're doing this for the bridge. We don't need that tonight. Ain't gonna be none of that tonight. Yo, we're doing this in peace for the bridge.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Guerilla Cross Radio. Streaming live on GorillaCross.com and the Guerilla Cross app. Make sure you download the Guerilla Cross app for free on iTunes and Google Play. And we have a big show for you today. We're excited to be here. Dave's back in the building.
Back.
What's good, Dave?
It's good to be back. Traveling, missing shows. You guys do shows without me on Thursdays. I like to spout my stupid opinions.
We love your stupid opinion. I'm your host, Quan59. That's Death Star Dave in the building. And my man, we celebrating his birthday again today. Steve Hollywood Huff in the building. What's good?
Getting old. That's about
Bro, you're a year from 40. How's that feel?
It feels like I'm a year from 40.
Wow.
My kids call me old.
It's worse when you get there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's bad when the kids start calling you old.
Yeah.
And mean it. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, Dad, you're old.
Yeah.
They talk about other people and they go, no, he's not old like you.
Whoa.
He's older than this or that. He's a teenager.
He's
Like,
old as dirt. See,
Yeah, the other day they
that's-
told me, you're not a teenager, Dad.
Oh, yeah, your girls are young, though. So, like, somebody 30 is, like, ancient. They can't even think about that.
All right.
And we got just in time, Josh Williams in the building. Beat us all here today.
I was just too early.
Just too early, John.
You beat me by 10 seconds.
That was after being here and then getting a ride that took me all the way back to Boulder Highway, and then I had to drive
Oh,
back.
wow, really?
It's like,
wow.
oh, yes, I'll take the ride.
Had to go to Boulder Highway.
Yeah.
Must
not too
have been an interesting ride.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was a senior gay facility here.
Hey.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
No, there is.
I mean,
like I was like, what's going on in there? And so he started explaining. I was like, wow. Fair enough. Yeah. It's
Did you go in?
No. It wasn't an Uber assist ride. Good try though.
it's interesting, but I'm not interested.
Or as Kevin Hart just said over the weekend, I'm not looking to be the new ally for the LBG.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know.
He's an idiot. Don't even act like
Wow.
he's got something good to say.
Hey, you know what though? He legit apologized.
No, he
and-
didn't.
No, he did.
He
came-
apologized for, like, the last foot.
No,
Get
no,
outta here.
no. He had an interview and he apologized again, but he verbalized his apology and he and Don Lemon had like a hour conversation off the record and the whole deal. But go ahead, let's get to some sports.
Wow.
Can I ask one quick question out of that? Why does he have to, like, clarify it to Don Lemon?
No, because Don Lemon was who was calling him out.
Right, but I mean, shouldn't he be, like, clarifying it to, like, gay people? Not like Ellen,
no,
who's there to
Lemon's
Lemon
pretty
is,
watch it.
gay.
Don Lemon's gay.
He's pretty gay.
I didn't know that.
Oh, God.
Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Didn't know.
Yeah, no. See, Don Lemon was gay, and that was the reason why Don Lemon was calling him out was because
Did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
I
he
did not
felt he felt like almost all of CNN is gay.
What? It's him and Anderson Cooper.
No, there's others.
Wow.
Wolf Blitzer is not gay. Don't ruin my childhood, Josh. He wasn't. He's just a swinger.
Oh my goodness, Jason Sudeikis is his Wolf Blitzer. That is the best thing ever when the Tiger Woods thing, and he's been hit by his Nordic wife.
Is what he sounds like too.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness, that's too
I didn't
funny.
know that though.
Yeah,
I know he was kind of like
See, I didn't know either, but
yeah,
yeah,
all the way.
yeah.
Okay.
All the way.
There's
There's no halfway game.
You're not gonna
Sometimes-
you did it. I wasn't even gonna do it because that
Sometimes, like-
turns into another conversation and people start.
Like
Getting on
sometimes
my
people have
feed.
like feminine like traits. I
Yeah,
guess
sure.
is the word. I don't
Prince.
know. Yeah, you know what I mean. But
that's Jerry
but
still
they're
out
like
there.
not gay. They just kind of
Yeah.
do things like have like feminine mannerisms. I guess.
Sure,
or-
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So that's kind of how I thought Don Lemon was. I didn't know he was
We
like.
gotta get off this
Yeah.
subject 'cause I'm
That's blowing my mind right now.
I'm moving all apart.
Man. All right.
Wow.
I'm
Shout
trying
out.
to keep it together. I'm
Learned
Learned
trying.
something today.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you learn something new every day.
Dealing with Josh.
I really do.
Wow.
Oh,
All right,
my
back to
goodness.
sports.
I tried a minute ago.
Back to sports. Welcome to Unnamed Sports Show. Follow us at Guerilla Cross on all social media. We're here live every Monday, 4 p.m., every Thursday, 2 p.m., or whenever we feel like starting because we run the network and we can do it whenever. If Josh doesn't look interested in the show today, it's only because the TV's on.
No, I'm really not paying attention. Truthfully. I really-
Who's winning?
To us, or
Well,
the
just
show?
now because I just looked up and the score is there. It's Duke and Syracuse.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not really a.
You don't like college.
No, I do, I
Okay.
do. But Georgetown, when Georgetown's not playing well, I don't pay as much attention. When Georgetown looks like they
Hey
can do
man,
something,
they got that overtime win
that
the other
was
day.
crazy.
That's gonna solidify that NIT bid right there.
That's not cool. That was uncalled for, is what that was.
He set that up. Josh was happy that Dave was giving Georgetown a little bit of props. But little
see
did he
it?
know.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
Mac McClung hit like a three from daggone near half court to tie it, to send it to
He
overtime.
hit it from Andover.
Yeah, good job. And then the other freshman, he hit another one at the end of the first overtime to tie it from like past NBA range. And then we took care of him in overtime.
Shout out to Georgetown for having a white guy who's crazy athletic.
Yeah, well, no, to actually have a white guy on the team, but then like he's a star on the team. That they've never had that.
Yeah, John Thompson's rolling over in his grave.
Now he's
He's
so
alive.
He's pretty small though.
Still rolling over.
Is he going to be good in the NBA? Because
Mac
he is
McClung?
very athletic. He's a good player, but is he?
Verdict's still out because he's not that small. He's
How tall is he?
like 6'2", 6'3".
That's small for a white guy in the NBA.
He's
But
he's a combo.
He's not white guy athletic though.
Yeah, see,
He
but he
does
still
not
has
play
white guy.
white.
He still has white guy shot.
That white guy jumper.
Garage shot.
But that
Excuse me,
that
that's-
leaping
Side of the
ability
barn,
is
baby.
that leaping ability is definitely at least biracial.
Yeah, biracial leaping. You got to be mixed, right?
That's not funny. See, that's not. No, he's throwing that back at me because that came up during.
I was
during
talking about
lunch.
Mac.
Sure, it
His
was.
leaps with leaps like that.
Sure, it was.
Got to be
Wow.
mixed.
Oh my goodness.
What are you mixed with?
Black. That's it.
Black and black.
That's it.
Black and black.
I'm black, y'all.
Oh.
'Cause I'm black, y'all. I'm blacker
Oh,
than
my
black, and
goodness.
I'm black, y'all.
But Duke had actually a big win. I know Dave said he watched it. I watched the whole second half. I was wondering why Zion was out when I first turned on, and I saw that poke in the eye. But
The phantom poke.
he looked like he got
Got
poked.
hit in
I
the
mean,
eye.
I saw it 3 times when we were downstairs getting some food. I
Well-
still didn't even see anything close to his eye.
Then he would have. Why wouldn't he have been in there?
No, I'm sure he got
They trying to
poked.
prove something? Hey, they finally found a way to slow the man down.
Poke him in his eye.
Death. Death by poking.
But Josh being a conspiracy theorist, maybe they sat him out to get Cam Reddish some more shots.
Okay, well, he hit the one that mattered.
He hit the game-winning
Other
shot.
than that, it was R.J. Barrett. hitting
RJ
everything.
Barrett was dominating the end of that game, and they thought everybody collapsed on him for that last shot. Cam Reddish was wide open for that three.
It was a well drawn out play.
It was.
Mean, you should have still attached someone to Cam Reddish because he can shoot, but it's like you could tell everybody thought, oh, RJ Barrett is 100% getting this ball. As they had 3 guys on him, and Cam Reddish is just like,
pass it to me.
Yeah.
I'm open.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but Florida State almost beat them. That would have been the 3rd time that they beat them being number 1.
yeah.
So shout out to them for playing good against Duke. And
Shout
no
out
one
to them
else.
for looking a lot better in their football program.
Oh, way better than I think they could beat their football program at football.
Wow.
If Leonard
That's
Hamilton's
how-
allowed to play, I might believe you. Leonard Hamilton looks mean.
He does.
How'd he do coaching the Wizards?
Not good. It's a tough time.
Not good.
It's a tough time had by
Good
all.
college coach.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
Really
college
good.
coach.
530 wins
Really?
in NCAA.
And he's
How
never
did you
getting the
pull
best
that
guys.
up that quick. That's pretty impressive. You were sitting on
Some
that
things
one.
I just know.
Oh no, you sat on that
No,
one,
you
baby. You sat. You look. You had that lined up 10 minutes ago.
Leonard Hamilton doesn't know how many college wins he has.
There's no reason you.
I read that the other day when I was. But that's how you know things, right? I don't just follow his stats.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
All right, next up, we're gonna turn this TV off. Josh says he's not watching.
I'm not watching. You keep asking me.
Every time I look, he's watching.
No.
Steve, is he watching?
I don't know.
I
I'm
was-
not.
I'm
I'm
look-
not watching him. to watch
Steve's always watching his computer.
His
'cause he's like,
iPad.
Is he Rockwell? Never mind. I'm not.
because
gonna
I'm
do it.
reading.
I
Stats
always
and
feel
stuff.
like somebody's watching me.
I can't get no privacy. Oh.
That's a good song.
Speaking of people learning something, I was talking to somebody about that song the other day, and I told them that was Barry Gordy. Said that. Like, really? I didn't know that. It's like, how do you think that guy got Michael Jackson on a song? Get out of here. You thought somebody at the label was just like, man, this guy's an up and comer. Michael, go help him
This
out.
guy's really good. Michael, spit that hook. Man.
Oh,
I feel like Michael Jackson was just saying that hook like maybe to be one of his songs that you're watching.
that was a good bucket. I looked up and it was a good bucket.
You didn't look up. You just kept looking.
That was a good bucket.
I can't remember where I was going with that. But anyways, what are we talking about next? College basketball is done. Let's go to football, NFL.
Are we gonna do any tennis? You know the
no,
Australian
we have
Open.
to skip that. Maybe next year. No, we will. We will. I promise you we'll get to Australian Open next year.
Mark it down.
2020 Australian Open.
It's not happening.
Put that in your
No,
pocket,
we'll
buddy.
do that next year.
Look,
I didn't
you better-
prepare
you-
for it today.
You better get your Australian stuff in now, or any tennis, because once this last generation goes out, it's gonna be a minute before we have some more stars, like stars. Andy Murray's retiring.
Mm,
You don't even know
Yeah,
who Andy
bad
Murray
hip.
is.
mm.
I feel him on
Thank you.
that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Continue.
Then what? Then what we gonna do?
Continue. Well, we go with
What
Andy
we gonna
Murray's
do?
No,
retiring. What
Andy
we gonna-
Murray. What am I going to do with my life?
Steve, you're going to do the same thing you do as soon as Serena gets eliminated in any tournament.
Yep.
Stop
Stop
watching.
watching. Stop watching.
Change
Stop
the channel.
watching. Not care.
What's on TNT, baby?
That's all right. People need these sports to go to. They start lopping sports off. It's gonna be real hard to get scholarships. You better keep spreading stuff around. Like, every time they close another golf course, I'm like, that's not good. Everybody's going after the same 3 sports. Like, I don't know why Little Jim can't get a scholarship to play basketball. There's only 75 million children trying at the same time.
Hey,
Little Jim.
hey, soccer is the key,
Terrible.
baby.
Sounds like a Summerlin rapper.
Look,
Lil Jim.
Lil Jim.
Little Jim.
Lil Jimmy.
It's at the point if you or it used to be anyway. If you can kick a ball and it flies or rolls 50 yards, you can get a soccer scholarship.
Those days are
Those
Those
not
days,
gone.
those days are probably gone.
Those days
but,
are gone.
But you can probably, if you train him young enough, have your son playing pro soccer by the time he's 14, 15.
That's if your son is very, very.
But he's got to
athletic.
be really good.
Yeah, you got to be gifted.
It does
you
help
gotta
to
help
have some
That's pretty
kind
good
of
at soccer.
Hey, it's either that or get your jump shot together. Hey.
or smell or sell rocks. That's the
Sell
only way
rocks.
we know how to get out.
Or just get a job. Fill out an application.
Jobs ain't getting you out the
Go to work.
projects.
Just go to work.
A job ain't never got nobody out the project.
That's it.
Ever.
That's it.
I feel like that's an exaggeration.
So Steve pretty much just put all his people.
Hey,
You have to be a basketball player or a soccer player to get out of the projects.
Dave
Hey,
Chappelle.
man.
It was a good joke.
I'm just saying.
You didn't catch that, but it was a good joke.
Who told it better? Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle definitely told it better.
You just gotta move,
For
baby.
sure.
All right,
Oh,
that's
my God.
5 babies by Steve today so far on his birthday. And we're only 5 minutes into the show.
He hasn't hit his baby quota.
Hey,
He hasn't hit the baby
In life
quota.
either.
Unless
Still waiting for that boy.
Still waiting for that boy.
hey.
Wow.
That's gonna be one failed attempt right there. We just done.
Are you sure?
The party's over.
Shut
One
the
more
shop
time.
down?
I know it's new. I know you just had the baby girl, the third one out of 3. But try one more time for the boy, Steve. I believe you'll have a boy next time.
Nah.
you just got to wait for one of us to have a boy.
Yeah,
He's already so outnumbered.
yeah, bro. I can't take the chance
He can't risk another wedding.
of.
another,
Yeah, bro.
another wedding is gonna cripple him for life.
What I'm gonna do? Have 4 girls and then have everybody be like, "Give it one more try."
I mean,
Give it one more shot.
I mean, if you've
gotta
gone
try,
that far.
Steve.
No,
Gotta
man.
keep trying.
Forrest Gump.
Look,
Since-
man.
since a-
Quitters
since
never
a
win,
wing-
Steve.
Are
Quitters
you a
never
quitter?
win.
Are you a quitter?
I'm already at the point where buying a
Are you a
minivan
quitter?
now
Just
is
answer
a
the question.
sensible decision. Like I don't want to be.
It's not about quitting. It's just about continuing to stop.
You're
That's
gonna
it.
have a 15 passenger van soon.
That would be
Oh my
next. Like
God,
after.
that is too
Well,
funny.
yeah, and the other thing is you're still at the point where you can buy a car
Right.
because
Like,
you have your wife
yeah.
and 3 kids, so you could still buy a car.
Right.
That next kid is an expensive kid in the car business
Exactly.
because you are a minivan
we
or
have-
full size SUV.
We have
Ugh.
moved into another tax bracket with the next child.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the NFL. We're gonna get into football. And Stina Huff said not happening,
See.
and she's ultimately the decision
Yeah,
maker
I mean,
in
that's,
that.
that's really
when
really
it comes
where
down
this
to
goes.
it, the wife
Oh, my
of Steve
goodness.
Hollywood Huff.
That's too funny.
Now I know it's not happening.
Yeah, it's
Listen,
definitely not happening.
That-
Told
like,
y'all it's
look,
not happening.
When
that's
Steve
one-
said
that's
it, I
one of
don't
those-
believe it.
That's one of those screams when you get that news. Like, you're like, babe, I'm pregnant. No, no,
You're kidding me.
no. We tried everything. There's nothing else you can do. Like, yo, we just gotta throw you down the steps. Like, this just,
Wow.
we just gotta let Jesus take the wheel on this one.
Wow.
I know you don't feel right about the smortion, but you got you got to go down the steps.
Wow.
It's all right. It's all right. We won't get any
Dude,
bruises.
I would. Steve's wife is a nice lady, and let me tell you, if you try to have that conversation with her, Josh, whew, I don't like your odds.
Hey,
Somebody's going down the steps with that conversation. I promise. You. Ain't her.
I didn't say we having a conversation right next to said steps.
She'll find some steps for you. She will bring you to some steps.
Wow.
Oh,
Steps
Oh,
right next to
Steve.
Chong's.
No, did you see who put that in the group chat?
I'll
What
put that in the
happened?
group chat. That was something I saw online from a person in the Midwest.
You searched for that.
No, I
You
did
searched for that.
not. No, I did not.
You
No.
weren't just scrolling and saw that.
I actually
Anyways,
was.
we're not
It's-
getting back into that conversation because
Yeah.
Chong did not ever answer his phone,
That's
so
Oh.
we couldn't.
talking about the Chris Wong.
What?
His picture, Steve's picture.
Oh Lord.
The record.
Oh.
I'm talking about the record.
Yeah, you're talking
deal?
about
Yeah.
the records. Like,
That's
yeah.
that's shameful.
I don't make this.
We're
stuff
not
up,
gonna
man.
bring that up.
Hey, God bless America.
That's Steve that
Hey, look, man.
that's able to be that loose with that
They,
term.
they trying to get out the projects, baby. You know.
All right, moving on to the NFL and getting into sports. There were some games this weekend. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or
There
saw
were.
them,
Mhm.
but 2 teams lost and 2 teams won. I was 4-0 for the weekend,
So was I,
backwards.
because I
Wow.
did the opposite.
Actually, 4 teams lost and 4 teams won.
Wow.
That's
True.
right.
That's what I said.
That's exactly.
That's exactly what
I
I
was
said.
like, wait, it was 2.
That's what I said. 2 each day.
Okay.
Dave, we didn't get your picks last week, but I'm sure you picked them in your head.
I would have been 3-1.
3-1. Who?
And my-
I was
the
3-1.
Don't tell
dumbest
me.
one.
Don't tell me
The dumbest
Patriots.
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that was the
Chargers.
dumbest
You had
one.
the Chargers. That's right.
I had
That's
I had a
true.
weird belief in the Chargers. I didn't realize the Patriots were playing that much. That was a stupid call. I deserve to be
I
ridiculed.
tried to tell everybody.
I deserve to be
Certain-
ridiculed.
We didn't even
Games.
have to tell anybody, but some people, 2 people in this room now, picked against the Patriots. And listen,
Wow.
I wanted Chargers to win. That's who I wanted to win, but I knew that it could end up exactly how it was. I didn't think Patriots would score that much.
Oh no, they went crazy. It
went off.
looked like they
went
It
Patriot.
looked like no.
looked
It
like-
almost looked like they were really holding everything back. Like Tom Brady looked.
dialed.
I only saw some of the game, but he looked like a few years ago Tom Brady. Like not like this season. Like he was willing to stand back there and take a hit if he had to. But he was making throws. He was moving around in the pocket. He looked different, which tells me that they may have just been playing possum through a whole regular season, which you can do when the AFC East is your division,
Because
and you
the
get
AFC
the Bills,
East is
Jets,
trash.
and Dolphins twice.
That's true. I mean, when you can guarantee at least 6 wins a year based on your division, you can definitely you have an extended preseason for sure.
they have gone now to 8 straight conference championships.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's
That's not even right.
That will never be done again. On top of that, the only year that his team has missed the playoffs is the year he got hurt in the first game.
And that
they
team
won
won
11
games. That's
Crazy.
the craziest part of that whole
Yeah.
stat. Is
With
like,
Matt Castle.
oh yeah, we're still gonna go get 11.
If
and
you
they
don't
couldn't
think-
make the wild card with 11 that year.
If
That
you
was
don't
crazy.
think that Bill Belichick is the best coach of all time, he coached Matt Castle to 11 wins.
and a check.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because Matt
And a check,
Castle,
yeah.
Matt
He got
Castle
paid.
got paid after that.
It was like, okay, Tom Brady, no problem. Matt Castle, here, come in here. 11 wins.
They went 3-1 the season that that Brady was out with those 4 games on
Yep.
Deflategate. Like they just
And I've been telling people it's Tom Brady in the playoffs. Once the Patriots get to the playoffs, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they look slow at the beginning of the year. It doesn't matter what they did. They're in the playoffs right now. They have Belichick. They have Tom Brady. They have cheat codes. All these 3
Yeah.
things can get you to the Super Bowl and get you a Super Bowl win. You
every year.
Every year. And that's why I'm not counting them out until Tom Brady goes out with a major injury and misses the playoffs.
Why would you wish that?
No,
on
I'm not
Tom
wishing
Brady?
that on him. I'm saying they're going to keep going until that happens.
Or
But
until
if
he retires.
we keep saying he's going to slow down,
Because he want to retire.
and he's not slowing down once he gets to the playoffs.
He wants to go to 45. He said that
And,
outright.
and they're playing the Chiefs in AFC Championship. They already beat the Chiefs this year in a really good game.
And it's supposed to be cold, whether it's a late
10,
game.
10
10
degrees.
degrees we saw.
10 degrees.
That's the forecast.
So that rules out a shootout.
And I think it said 40% chance of precipitation. So there's a 40% chance it's going to be a white Christmas.
yeah.
Well, better snow than rain.
Yeah.
That was the first game. Was the game this year in Kansas City, or was that
I think it
in
was.
Gillette?
I think we said that it was in Gillette when we talked about
Okay.
it last week. I think it was
Yeah.
in Gillette.
So this one's in Kansas City, so
Yeah.
they do have a little bit of an advantage there. I don't think that affects.
A 3-point advantage.
Well, that's not going to affect the
Yeah.
Patriots. That might help boost the Chiefs up a little bit, but I don't think home or road necessarily is going to affect the Patriots.
I think that 3-point advantage that gets nullified by Andy Reid versus Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I mean, and we'll see here. We had a chance to. I talked about it. Phillip Rivers had a chance to kind of put a stamp on his career by beating Tom Brady, and he got destroyed.
That did
So,
not take place.
Phillip Rivers is who we thought he was. He's not. He's not going to do anything he hasn't done already in the NFL. They got blown out. They didn't really show up. New England just ran all over them. Andy Reid, same thing. Now he has a chance to beat the Patriots. Is it going to happen?
Say, I mean, and say what you want. That would actually help him a lot.
A lot.
That would
A
help
lot.
his credibility, because remember the only other time
It'd be
he
only
played
his
him-
second time in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that would only be the second time he's ever played Belichick in the playoffs that I'm aware of. I don't think he's. They haven't. The Kansas City hasn't played New England.
I don't
since he's
think
been there.
they play. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Because the only other time they would have met would have been in the Super Bowl.
Before Kansas City, yeah.
When T.O.
Yeah, they're
was out
losing.
there on
They're,
one
they-
leg.
When
they're
McNabb
usually
was-
going out in week 1 while the Patriots are still resting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it
it's
took
true.
McNabb 2.5 minutes to get to from the 10-yard line to the 30-yard line.
True.
Hmm.
He was tired,
Yeah.
according to T.O. He was a
I
little
hate
tired.
that. Yeah.
Well,
I
I don't think T.O. was wrong.
he was definitely tired. He shouldn't have been, but he was. So who do you guys got in this game? Kansas City pretty much handled the Colts, and New England handled the Chargers. Adam Vinatieri missed his shortest field goal ever of his career.
I think he's done.
And
He's
Andy missed an
48.
extra point.
Best kicker ever.
45
He
years
is.
old.
Done.
Hey,
He's definitely a Hall of
Yeah.
Famer, but yeah, he's. I mean, he probably should have retired when Peyton went out.
I mean, he's still been collecting that money.
He's still
kicking
been
that ball.
doing well.
Still been doing cool.
Yeah.
He's consistent. I mean, he never had a big leg.
No.
Look, man, sometimes like you get a car and they give you kind of some problems here and there throughout the time having it. Sometimes you have a car though and it's good up until it's done. And that's
then it's
Vinatieri,
done.
bro. Like I think he was good and it's just like, you know what, bro? Like he was
had your time.
perfect till now. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you had
and
your
it's like, you
time.
know what, bro? He done. Like God bless him, man. He had a long
But do those misses right there
career.
because it's not like those points were really gonna
Change the outcome of the
change
game.
the outcome of the game at
I
all.
mean,
Do you really judge his, the rest of his career off that, or can he still play another year? I say go for it.
He's the one saying that he's not sure if he's coming
Yeah.
back.
Because look at all the other kickers in the NFL as far as us saying he might be done.
He's
Just
still
for our sake.
Yeah, he's still Adam Vinatieri.
He's Adam
for sure.
Vinatieri, and there's players in the NFL that are in their 20s that can't make any kicks. We saw your dude from Chicago last week, Cody Parkey. He missed how many field goals?
Just one.
No, I'm talking about the games before
Oh,
the playoffs.
well,
He hits him
coming in
upright.
too, yeah.
Although that kick was tipped.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
100%.
I know they said that it was, but I still like after they said that I haven't really
There's
watched
video.
watched the video.
The guys
of
on the Eagles have said it.
Oh, okay.
It got tipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and it still hit halfway up the upright.
But
so-
there was field goals
yeah.
he missed for them to not get the bye. I mean, they
Oh,
lost
fair.
some games
Okay.
because he
No,
missed some field goals.
Yeah, if you want to look at it from that perspective,
Well,
yeah.
and there was also
They
those
shouldn't
bad
even-
Mitch Trubisky games too. So
Kickers ain't what they used to be, man. There's been a lot
How
of kickers
many of those
even
games
this
were
season.
there? Dave?
at least 4.
Give me.
Well, to Steve's point, kickers aren't what they used to be. They've moved the extra point back,
And that's why.
so that's a lot
That
harder.
too.
Well,
See,
well,
And
no,
that's a big deal, and I like it. I
It's-
don't like the extra point being a guaranteed point.
But it's messed up kickers because it's like hitting a free throw and it gets your shot going because you see it go through. And the other extra points were
Yeah.
such gimmies that they needed to go away, except for they moved them back now. And now these guys, it's in their heads because they miss extra points. And
But this is
There's no
actually
question.
statistically the best field goal kicking there's ever been in history.
Really?
Yes.
but that's
Like the
a
league
lot of
average?
that-
percentage wise,
The
But
league
a lot of that
average?
is based off of the top guys because nobody trusts anybody beyond like Justin
Well,
Tucker.
we'll see, but also kickers get released and cut so quick now. So
Yeah.
it's like you have a bad
Yeah.
week, bye, and then we go to someone else.
Yeah, you had your boy from Green Bay. We saw him again. I think it was Seattle, where he was
Yeah.
missing everything.
Mason
Mason Crosby.
Crosby.
Almost
Yeah.
said Mason Dixon. Mason Crosby.
Wow, bro.
Mason
that was
Dixon.
that was my greatest basketball camp growing up. Morgan Wooten, Mason Dixon camp.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Morgan Wooten, the Hall of Fame.
All right. So who you guys got in this Kansas City versus New England matchup to go to the Super Bowl? Going to the Super Bowl, Steve. If you win this game, you go to the Super Bowl. Rookie quarterback, not rookie, but first year starting quarterback, Patrick Mahomes versus, which many people call the GOAT, Tom Brady.
He is. There's
Clearly-
by any measure.
That's that. Thank you.
Clearly,
Many people call the GOAT, Tom Brady.
clearly.
Belichick versus Andy Reid.
Not Belichick.
Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
You know where that came from. Too. Good job, Dave. Dave gets me.
The
Who you
cheat-
got?
enjoy it.
Who you got, Steve?
The cheating, swindling. I ain't gonna say all the other stuff I was gonna say. It might get political, but
Okay.
Over football?
yeah, Tom Brady and the people he
Oh,
supports.
That's
yeah,
true.
it could get
Yeah, but look, at the end of the day,
Trump?
man, they just keep winning. I don't understand it. I don't anymore. It doesn't make any sense. It defies logic at this point.
They're good.
And even though
There's no other
but
logic,
that's the
but
thing.
they're-
With who? Just Tom Brady? Like
With their system, the
but
way
for 20 years almost now.
Yes.
No, it, not
It's
even
ri-
almost.
But that's,
Almost.
but that's what I'm saying. That's how ridiculous it is.
I
Like,
know.
it's never been done
Nope.
in any sport that a team has been this good this long.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Eh,
You know what
maybe-
I'm saying?
Maybe the
Like,
Packers.
so
Maybe.
not
but-
this good.
Yeah, not this good.
Not
Not winning
this
Super
good.
Bowls
You
You
like
didn't
see
see
what
this.
I'm
that
saying?
power sweep.
So
I would put the Spurs up there, the Tim Duncan Spurs.
maybe,
You're
yeah,
right
I
about
mean,
the same
but,
amount of
you know,
time,
Yeah, but
and
But-
they
but-
were at 50 wins every year.
But
contender
championships,
every
like
year.
they were a contender, but There's a difference between being a contender and getting to the Super Bowl or getting to the finals.
But they also
Basically.
won 5.
They did win 5.
Yeah.
So,
You
but I
can't
mean, like,
it's the same amount.
Mahomes is great.
fair.
I mean, I think the Chiefs are a great team, but at the end of the day, Belichick is going to outsmart Andy Reid, and Brady's going to. Brady could be down by 14 points with 2 minutes left. The game ain't over, son. It doesn't matter. I can't. I went against Brady one time. I ain't doing it again.
If they're down by 14
Brady's-
with 2 minutes left, it's over.
No, it ain't.
So
How many timeouts do we have? And where are we on the 2-minute warning?
Yeah.
Because if we're on the 2-minute warning and it technically turns my 3 into 4, it ain't over.
Yeah.
It ain't
Trust
over,
me.
brother.
over.
That's not over, brother.
Trust me, that game ain't
Trust-
over.
no.
So who you taking?
Yeah, 'cause
Patriots.
Okay.
Patriots. I booed against them one time. That was enough. If I'm wrong,
You only
I'll-
had one time in the playoffs to go against them.
That's
All right,
true,
Dave.
Can't believe I'm going to say this. I think Patrick Mahomes is the real deal.
Me too.
I do too.
I am
I believe.
based on that and the fact that I don't think that they have the players to cover their outside weapons.
That's fair.
I want the
I don't
Chiefs.
know.
I just see.
I don't know.
When even
I'm
Dave
gonna,
was like,
I'll
I
say the
don't-
Chiefs. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm gonna say it.
You could change your mind by Thursday.
I won't be here, so
Well, you can call in 702-608-3259. Anybody else can call in also. If you guys want to call in, give us your picks.
Yeah, Desiree. Where's Desiree?
Well,
at?
we'll be calling her. she's getting the phone call in this next segment.
she's getting bothered.
fly Eagles
Yeah,
fly.
she's getting the call in this next
Oh.
segment. We'll be talking about that a lot.
What,
Yeah, real
what,
quiet.
What do I think? I think that this game is definitely this is probably listen, these two games are going to be great games.
Yeah.
Or at least on paper, and at least what we hope they're going to be
On
very,
paper, they're
I
fantastic.
very
think they'll
exciting
be, I think
games.
they'll all both be good.
Yeah, I
games.
mean,
Yeah.
each team. I think the one with the weakest defense out of all of these teams is probably the Rams.
Ooh, I would disagree. I would say the Chiefs
Uh,
defense is weaker.
and the Saints. I think the Rams defense
No,
is
Saints
better than the
defense is-
Saints.
Yeah, no,
Saints defense ain't bad.
the Saints defense is solid.
Solid. Rams have a good defense.
No,
Anytime you have Aaron Donald on your defense,
well,
your
it
defense
helps.
is pretty good.
Well, also remember they're a different defense when Aqib Talib is on the field.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
Because
that
when
did help
Marcus
them a
Peters
lot.
is your number one quarterback,
you're in
he's
trouble.
the human target.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say I will continue to do the opposite, and I'm gonna pick the Chiefs.
Wow.
So I think the Patriots are
Wow.
gonna win.
So he
You
can't
just-
lose.
you-
Okay.
you just
Yeah.
pick-
I can't lose.
So
I
you
thought about that
okay,
the other
just
day.
pick
I
two
was like, you know what? I really don't lose in this situation. I like it.
Get
I
out.
like this.
Oh, wow.
He picked, but he didn't pick.
So he's really
I did
picking.
pick.
He's really picking the Patriots.
No, I'm really picking the Chiefs. Just my fingers are crossed.
Well, I think this is going to be the time we see the torch passed from Tom Brady to Patrick Mahomes. I really do think Chiefs are going to win this game. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be, fourth quarter game, 3-point game going into the fourth. But I think Mahomes is going to do it. Home field.
You do realize we've all said this, and you just picked Andy Reid to beat Bill Belichick in a game that's going 3 to 4
In
points.
a head-up game.
I'm believing that Mahomes is going to have a bigger impact than Andy Reid. So
Wow.
I'm taking. I really like Mahomes a lot. He's a great quarterback.
You know what? I'm actually already going to go back on myself. Being that cold, I'm switching my pick already. And just hearing you say the thought of a close game going into the fourth quarter and Andy Reid being the person that's coaching on one side, I'm switching the pick. The Patriots going back to the Super Bowl.
All right,
There
you have it.
In Kansas City.
3
In
Patriots,
Kansas
one Chief.
Huh?
No, he picked the Chiefs.
He's doing opposite though.
He picked whichever.
Oh, don't scare me. I was like, wait, what? What just
He
happened?
picked the Chiefs, but he's going opposite.
He's flipping
That's right.
coins over there.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'd happily be
I'm
wrong.
going against my own intuitions.
I
is
like
what I'm doing.
Mahomes.
Mhm.
I like Mahomes.
I really don't want to see another New England Super Bowl at all either.
I want the Chiefs to win, but Tom Brady, man.
Yep.
I don't
Patrick
know.
Mahomes, I think it's time. I think you're going to see the switch.
He's MVP.
Give
Oh,
him that.
that's definite.
Yeah, he's
5,000
definitely
yards,
MVP.
50 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MVP.
That's
50
crazy.
touchdowns.
That's crazy. You can say what you want about Andy Reid, but that child threw 50 touchdowns. Andy Reid did something.
Hey, Andy Reid's a great quarterback coach.
Yes, he
He's a great
is.
quarterback.
Yes, he is. He flipped Nick Foles for money before, and then he flipped Donovan McNabb to the sad Redskins for he's fleeced his share of people. Him and Bill Belichick.
He made Michael Vick look like a quarterback.
Michael Vick was a quarterback.
No, he
made him look like
he looked like a straight cheat code when he was in Philadelphia for like 2 years, and then Chip Kelly wanted to ruin everything.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, next game, New Orleans and the Rams. So the Rams handled business against the Dallas Cowboys. 8-point win. Could have won by more.
Ran all over them.
They dominated on offense. They had one punt and one missed field goal. That was it. They scored every other time they had the ball. And one of the missed field goal was the end of the half. So it was a 63-yarder, I think.
Yeah.
So almost
it was
doesn't
a
even
prayer
count.
regardless.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That
It's
was
like
a Zerline has a big leg, so let's give him a shot type field goal.
Well, it's either this or punt. Like
Not many teams
is
do
stupid.
that, especially in the playoffs. You're not having every possession pretty much be a score. But they dominated Dallas. Even though it was a 8-point game, it was still entertaining. It never felt like Dallas had a chance to win that game, even when they got it down to 8 points. What do you guys think about that game real quick? What does that do for Dallas? Does Garrett still keep his job because he got them to the
He
playoffs?
keeps his job.
Of course, he keeps his
He
job.
should.
He
keep his
keeps
job,
his
but-
job because he got
it's Jerry
he got
Jones.
Jerry Jones's daughter pregnant or something. Like he just keeps his job. He's in the family at this point.
I would think more so he would know that Jerry Jones got his own daughter pregnant. That would explain it a lot more. I mean, listen, I hate the Cowboys, so I'm happy about Jason Garrett should have a job for life.
forever.
Keep him
Sign
there.
him now.
You should know to move on from a coach when everybody in your fan base is like, fire him, and everybody outside like, nah, man, keep him.
Keep him. He's
Stay
doing a
on.
great job.
When Redskins fans are just like, oh man, Jason Garrett, I wish we had him.
I mean,
He's
every
great.
coach that doesn't have a 5 o'clock shadow should get fired. Because the 5 o'clock shadow is like the new, that's what you need to be a coach in the NFL.
Clearly, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all.
But they lost. I'm happy.
Me too.
I'm happy the Cowboys. When the Cowboys lose, it's like one of my teams winning.
It's like my team winning twice.
It's a win for all of us.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
You know what though? The Rams did something I don't think I've ever seen before in a game. Probably like 95% of their plays, they got to the line with 10 seconds left, and they didn't call a play till the Cowboys got set. And that I've never seen like a team do that the entire game, which led them to basically read the defense before they put a play up and run all over the Cowboys and just dominate offensively. They did everything they wanted to do. Like,
But part of that is because of the way that they play. Everything they play is out of the same. Now, it's not all the same set, but it's always
Right.
the same personnel. So it's like
yeah.
it's always 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, tight end.
They have
And
no
they-
packages.
Yeah, but they run a lot of different stuff from that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's just, and I think that's something that McVay will move along with more and more. But I mean, just the amount that he can get done out of that, it's pretty impressive.
And Ezekiel Elliott ran for 47 yards.
Yeah, they handled him.
They shut that boy down.
And I said it would go.
That's-
I said the game would go however the running backs went, but I was saying Gurley versus Elliott.
Right.
I didn't know Anderson was going to be running all over them like that.
All over the
stop
Dominated,
him.
like dominated.
He did.
123 yards.
It's ridiculous.
They couldn't stop him, bro.
I mean, they couldn't stop the
Yeah.
offensive at all, but I mean, it was like every time they gave him the ball, he was just running right through them.
Mhm.
And it was beautiful to watch. It really was.
It was beautiful.
It really
to
was.
watch.
I need a phone number from you, Josh. I don't know if
Oh.
I can pull it up here.
Talking about Desiree.
Oh, are we gonna get the NFC title game picks?
Yeah, but we gotta make a call for this next game that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So the Rams move on against the New Orleans Saints. Both 2 13-3 teams. New Orleans beat Philadelphia, the Super Bowl champions. Nick Foles' magic is gone, but he might get paid still. What do you guys think about this game? Philly had a chance to come back and actually take the lead and probably win the game.
You ready?
But Jeffrey, well, you can't. Okay, you get it.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh,
Well,
not on the air. Oh, okay.
Why don't you just show him your phone?
Text it to him, bro.
Yeah.
Your
Any number of things is better than the option that you're going with.
Your fingers are on camera.
Bro.
I'm
It's
looking.
been a rough week.
I'm looking at you
trying
just
to
like,
let you know.
This man just
Three?
took it back to the
Been
day
a
of the
rough
wind
visit.
talkers, man. Like straight guy.
He just called me a wind talker.
That's right.
Dude, about to start Morse code in a minute,
Oh
man.
my god, I can't. On that note, I really can't. He called me a wind talker.
Bro.
He called me Chief Running Shoe, is what he just called me. I'm so through with you.
Oh god.
Oh, that's terrible.
Chief offensive team name.
but Eagles were driving down. Alshon Jeffrey missed a wide open pass
Yes.
in his hands.
Yep.
Went out of his hands, fumbled the ball, or didn't fumble. It was an
It just went
interception.
right
Yeah.
through his hands.
It just went right through his hands.
I mean, just for it to go like that, I mean, just the fluke nature of a receiver missing one going through, but not just like going up or down. It went directly through his hands into the dude's body.
Yeah. That's sad and unfortunate.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I didn't need
Well,
to hear
okay,
from.
wait,
I
all
didn't
right,
need
so-
to hear from Eagles fans.
So wait a minute, but all right.
Me
So
neither.
Quan was asking this before Steve got to lunch earlier. Do you think it's worse to have been the Bears and had the missed field goal, or actually no, Steve, you did. You were there.
Yeah.
Or do you think it was worse to have the missed catch to the interception?
Yeah, what was worse? Did the kicker fail worse or did the receiver
What do
fail?
you
Yeah.
feel was worse?
The kicker feels worse, even with the block, even with it being tipped, just because
The finality.
that's
of
on the play. You can't guarantee that they were going to go down and score.
it. That's exactly what I said.
And real quick, we're calling our number one Eagles fan, who's been going crazy for a year, Miss Desiree.
I have a feeling she ain't picking up.
She's not gonna pick up.
We will leave a voicemail.
She ain't paying the phone bill
We
now.
will.
We're gonna-
We
we're
will
gonna-
let Verizon say her number live on air.
Oh, I hope she. I think she just says this does.
Sorry, I missed you.
Yep.
All right.
Oh no, leave the message. Leave the message.
We'll be giving her a call back.
Oh,
What we might be doing is actually calling her from a different phone number.
I like it. That's fine.
Might do
But
that.
if,
Call
she,
from
if,
the
if
Google
you don't
Voice.
have her number, how does she have your number?
No, she knows this
she,
number.
she knows the radio show.
She knows this
Oh,
freaking
that's
number
what
by
you call
heart.
it from. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
By
I
heart.
know she knows that.
Oh gosh,
I'm aware of that.
That's on her. That's on her.
That's number 2 on her speed dial.
Not even her speed dial. That's on her top 5. Her T-Mobile top 5.
She's probably like, "Hey Siri, fly Eagles fly," and it calls us.
Fly Eagles fly.
Fly Eagles.
Well, yo, we're gonna get a hold of her because
Good
she's been
luck.
talking mad junk. And
Good luck.
she would have already called the show by now
Oh, for
if
sure.
Eagles would have won that game.
Already. Oh my.
She would have.
We
she
wouldn't
would've
even
called
have
when
been
you
on
weren't
air.
here.
We were.
You would have come into messages.
We would have walked in. She would have been sitting in the other
Yeah.
seat over there.
She would break in to be in here before you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
It'd be all green.
But listen, and I like the Eagles, but I'm glad they lost because their fans were overdoing it. They won the Super Bowl. Congrats. They did not win 5 Super Bowls in a row like you guys felt like they did.
Yeah.
They really shouldn't have made the playoffs. If it wasn't for an Alex Smith injury, they probably wouldn't have made the playoffs. Foles did have some magic late in the season.
He did.
And Dave, you're one of the only people I know that thinks they should trade Wentz and keep Foles.
Only because I think Foles has the team. I can't explain it. I don't. And by the way, when I say that, I don't
He's
think it's
got
a good
Jesus.
decision because I think that Wentz. I think that Wentz is really, really talented, and he was the MVP before he got hurt. But if you're looking at it this way, that you have success with Foles, you could probably get a lot for Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
You could get a team to give you some stuff.
Especially now. Like, who's the Cardinals are number 1 pick? You don't think the Cardinals
Yeah.
would give up? I don't even know what they would give up.
Well, the question is with the Cardinals now, I mean, just bringing in not to get too far off track, but bringing in someone like Kingsbury, does he like Josh Rosen?
Yeah.
Would he like somebody else?
Yeah. Where can you trade? Well, I mean, look, if they were smart, I would trade Josh Rosen somewhere else and then go and get Carson Wentz. So you're giving up picks, but then you're also getting picks right back for what he was top. What was he, top 2?
Carson Wentz?
No. Well, Carson Wentz was number 2, but Josh Rosen, where was he picked?
He was like top 10. He was like 7 or 8,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
somewhere in there.
He was the fourth quarterback pick.
Yeah, because he went behind
He
Allen.
went behind Josh Allen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always get him, and there's too many Joshes in that daggone draft.
Yeah. Too many Joshes in this world.
Yeah.
We were the number 3 name in the world a couple years back.
We could
In
use
the
to,
world? 'Cause
Yeah.
we could
even
use to
Like
cut that back a
behind
little bit.
John and Muhammad.
in the world?
John
The world.
and Muhammad?
You know how many people are in China with the same name?
Listen, I don't think they asked China. Everywhere else,
in the world.
China
excluded.
Yeah,
They
China.
asked everybody but China.
Everyone
They
else
might-
was sequestered. China was not.
They might use Josh as their street name in China.
Yeah, that's right. You got
You know
American
what I'm saying?
names.
Yeah, they use the American name Josh.
I've never met a Chinese Josh. I meet a lot of Mollies and
I bet a
like,
Chinese Josh.
Sharons.
Yeah, I worked at Bellagio, and I worked with a lot of different Asian cultures there. And one of the guys came up to me. His name was Gilbert. That's what we called him at Bellagio. But
that's
he
a
said,
tough one.
"What kind of name is Quan for a white guy?" I'm like, "What kind of name is Gilbert for an Asian?" Like,
Steve's just getting mad at this whole conversation.
Like, I should be able to be Quan if you can be Gilbert.
You can be Gilbert. No, my whole thing is you chose Gilbert because they basically like your
I
name will
chose
be
Quan.
no,
Yeah,
but like no, but like
it's not
your-
like that was given to him.
No, but
My
like
mom
your
didn't name
name,
me that.
your
he
name
wasn't
is,
knighted. He
No.
wasn't knighted Quan by somebody.
No, but what I mean by that
By
is
my
like
sensei.
their name will be something, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna call myself Steve."
Well, it'll
like,
be
I swear to you, that's how it works.
their,
So
their name.
to
Their name
be-
is symbols.
No, it's still a
Oh,
name.
Lord. Don't set Steve up
Jesus.
like this.
It's still a name.
I'm so trying so hard.
Listen,
Which
I'm
is-
not gonna lie. Every time I get the symbols when I have an Uber request and it says you're picking up and it's like artwork, I decline the ride.
That's
Whoa.
horrible.
I
You're a
I decline the
horrible
ride.
guy.
I'm sorry.
You're
I
a
don't
No
horrible
know.
wonder
guy.
you two get along
Listen,
so well.
because listen. I like to drive up to my passenger and be like, "Hey, are you John? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm the
I'm your
same.
driver. I can't go to you. Are you symbol sign? Like,
Are you symbol sign?
They'll know who you are. They pay attention to their phones better than we do,
I
man.
hate you
Wow.
so
They'll
much.
see your car
You
and
not
know
even
that that's their
understand.
ride.
You not even
listen.
understand.
Anytime I have an Asian in my car, like they're looking at their GPS the whole time, like right in front. They don't even. They want to make sure they're going. Like
Yeah.
I'm going in the right.
I've
way.
never delivered this level of racism to this.
Oh,
Well-
sir.
well-
yes, sir. You
I mean,
have.
there's been threats of violence against the old
Yeah.
Asian women.
Yes,
Steve,
sir.
it's a weekly occurrence with you.
I mean,
We won't
Me-
even mention the Asian restaurant name.
maybe not in like quality, but in quantity. I mean, you have put it.
Oh.
You're McDonald's. You are
Steve.
billions and billions served.
Steve, you're Jimmy the Greek of the show
Yeah.
for sure.
Wow.
It's not even a question.
You are Reggie White at this
Wow.
addressing the legislature with
You
your
are
level of
Rush
racism.
Limbaugh on Monday Night Football.
God bless Reggie White. Where is he right now?
He's
dead.
dead.
He's dead,
Yeah.
Steve.
He's in heaven.
I
He's
know.
been dead.
I know.
for a while.
It's a sad.
He's
day.
he's with Denny Green, Josh.
My dad, huge.
Sorry.
huge.
Josh the other day. Where's Denny Green? He could
Not
coach. Like he died in
He
90,
died.
No,
90
wait.
2006.
But no,
wait,
it's-
wait. Quan goes. You can see Quan's face because Quan was like, and then I thought about it. I was like, oh snap!
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
And
Yeah.
guess,
then
guess,
Quan was
guess-
like,
I googled it just to make
he,
sure.
he started curbing it on me so tough. Like, cause Quan, like, as soon as I said it, like Quan's face, like Quan will make this face, like if he knows that you're not right, and he's like, I'm not sure. I know that's
Wait, the
wrong.
one where he like turns his head, it's not like.
He's like, it's like, wait a minute. I think, he's.
And then when we found out he was dead, when it was a fact, guess what face Josh made?
I laughed at
Of
myself.
course he did.
No,
You didn't have to
Quan
ask.
laughed first, but I laughed at myself for just.
Oh, at
hey, I was trying to
yourself.
bring him back. I was trying. Hey, man,
Hey,
pick him up.
you know
So
what?
You didn't
He
laugh.
still got good
you,
ideas.
you didn't laugh that Denny
He
Green was dead.
was who we thought he was. Dead.
Wow.
Oh no,
Wow.
Wow.
that's so terrible.
Wow.
He's laughing at it.
It's so funny.
But no, I was
Listen-
saying that whole thing. My dad's a huge Packer fan. Love Reggie White. And when Reggie White made that speech, just the look on my dad's face was like, Oh, Reggie.
What speech was it? I'm blank.
He was in front of like the Wisconsin like state legislature,
Yeah.
and he just started saying like every racial stereotype, but like tried to say it all as a positive. But
Really?
oh man, it went so bad.
He
Oh,
was
I'm
like-
at the YouTube.
he
That.
was
Oh,
like-
it's
He was like, we have Mexican culture, which brings in the family,
Yeah.
and we have Asian culture,
They can
which
turn
is all
a-
about
they can turn a
technology,
TV
like,
into a watch.
Yeah,
and he just keeps going with every, and I'm just like. My dad just had this look on his face like, Reggie, no.
Leave your name, a number, and
All right,
We're
we're leaving
leaving
a
a
message for
message.
Desiree.
Leaving a message.
as possible. Have a good day. The mailbox is full.
Oh! You know what? I bet you everybody else she knows has filled that thing up.
Wow.
The eagle has grounded.
Oh, wow.
She called into work
Oh.
today. She was feeling sick last night.
That eagle got
Wow.
Of course
Rogaine.
you were.
It has hair again. That's terrible.
Wow.
That's terrible.
She won't
just-
even answer the phone.
I just wish I could have been in the same room when that ball went through his hands.
No, see, I wouldn't.
Nah,
I
bro.
would even wish to
Nah.
be in that room because those
just
first
wanted to
the
see.
first 3 quarters would have been complete tortures.
No. I just wanted to walk in.
Oh, the beginning
when
of
the
that
ball
game
was
would have
snapped.
just been like
Yeah.
Unbearable. I wouldn't have wanted
Yeah.
to do
her
that.
flapping wings.
Or Freddie Mitchell and checking the time constantly. Oh
just
my
wanted
gosh.
just wanted to come in like right when that drive started, and just watch them hopes get built up with every pass caught. They're gonna do it again. Foles is gonna do it again. Yep. And then
Foles magic.
and then when that ball went through his hands,
Somebody needs to make sure there's guards on Alshon Jeffrey. Desiree's coming.
Oh my god.
Desiree's coming like John Wick.
Oh my god.
she got a pencil.
You guys are in rare form today. That's pretty
Hey.
good, Quad. That was pretty. You had her accent.
I'm going to do a whole conversation
Oh
with
my
Steve and
God.
Desiree.
Oh, Sean's gonna do it again. Come on, false magic. Sean, what are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That is
She
really
probably
good.
hates Alshon Jeffrey like Steve hates Asian people.
Oh god,
You know
Nobody
what?
hates anybody that bad.
That's horrible.
I got no problems with Asian people.
Steve, you put up something from China, CNN China, Chinese national news. You put an article from CNN talking about the Chinese, and this is going to be in your Unfriend Me, I think. The Chinese government put someone to death for smuggling drugs
Yeah,
into
man.
China.
That's not a knock against China. That's hey.
Oh my God!
They
He
said
just
what?
made a three-quarter court shot. Like I saw it.
I saw that.
I just wait. I just
I
need
saw you
all
jump
to-
on Dave's arm.
Just no wait. Watch for Dave.
I don't
The
know.
bad arm too.
The bad arm.
Bad
too.
arm? You
I'm
got
in
a
the middle
bad
of my
arm?
China
Yeah.
rant.
What's wrong with your arm?
It's bad.
We've covered this.
Have we?
Yes.
It's the bad arm.
Watch. This is in a double team too.
Bang.
Wow.
That's nice.
Nice. Syracuse
That's nice.
tied the game.
No,
going
they're
into
down
halftime.
one. Down one.
That's what I said. Down one. Going into halftime.
Bad.
Sometimes you good.
Hey, they were down 14 though. They were
Quan
down
by
14.
name,
Not
not
all,
by math skills.
not all people named Quan are good
Quan
at
by
math.
name, not by math.
Oh my goodness.
Do you hate them because they count cards, Steve?
No, I don't hate them. I
Okay.
really don't.
I just want to clarify.
I
all right.
don't hate them. I do have more problems with them than other people. But it's not me personally
But
hating
he
them.
doesn't.
I
He
don't
doesn't
hate
not
them.
serve
Oh,
them
man.
when they show up.
Now,
Quan.
don't get
He
me
doesn't
wrong.
see
I do not
characters and
like them
lead.
either.
I just have.
Oh my!
You've
It's
never
just-
done that, Josh?
If
No,
if I was to break down like the people who
I
I
actually
have
say ni hao when they get in the car
issues with, like,
and shit.
and I
And
don't mean
Bukachi. And then they get very excited because I like can speak like we talk about China.
What if they're Japanese?
Arigato. But I don't know as much Japanese.
Oh, I thought you say you don't know the difference.
What? No, I say
Wow.
thank you. But and they say something else, and I'm like, But yeah,
Y'all are
I'm
nuts.
Filipino from Montana.
yeah, I've got nothing. You say Filipino, I'm like, that's great.
My sister-in-law is Filipino.
Just say
we have
konnichiwa.
a really big.
Mix it to Spanish.
Just say konnichiwa. It works for everybody.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know a lick of Filipino. I don't even think she knows liquor Filipino. She might. I don't know.
I don't
My
think that's
sister-in-law.
their language.
It's Tagalog.
It's Tagalog. Yeah.
I was
Tagalog.
like, I had to do the quad. I was like,
I
Yeah,
don't speak
I
Filipino.
don't think they
Listen,
speak
yeah.
Filipino.
the interesting thing with that is like every like fifth word is Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
there's a lot of Spanish mixed in.
Mm.
Because I can give you a
They-
history lesson real quick.
Well, they were
Uh,
they were colonized. A few
They were
times.
colonized by Spain. That's the
Yeah,
lesson.
and I don't.
But they were colonized a few times though.
Anybody that has watched the show or listened to the show before knows a quick history lesson from Steve is never quick. So
Well, he doesn't have a notebook with him.
It's followed by the chain.
Oh, we haven't had that chain in a while. Give that to Steve just because.
What?
It's his birthday.
Sorry.
It's his birthday.
Birthday chain.
Oh.
Birthday chain.
Whatever, man. It's the chain. You're so retarded.
It's a birthday
Whoa!
choker. Oh wow.
You can't say
You
the
can't
R
say
word.
that
anymore.
word.
Gosh.
What year do you
Spread
live in?
Spread the word to end the word.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
That's what my
gosh.
children used to always say to me because I used to say it all the time.
Spread the word to end the word.
That's what they would say, and I would
You
always be
can't
like,
say that
don't
What
say
word.
is
that
the
to
word
me.
I'm supposed to say?
Not
still
that.
say. Oh. Well, that's technically mentally challenged, I believe.
Special needs, developmentally disabled.
That's like
Not
the-
what you said.
on the list of words you can't say. That's right below the N word.
You guys are so mentally disabled.
Wow.
It just
Man.
doesn't bite.
Yeah.
It ain't got to bite a knee.
God.
Our word cuts right to the chase.
The N word keeps the constant at the top, though.
Even-
That's always number one.
Yeah.
Even
most
the
people.
mentally disabled know what I mean.
Trying to think. There's some doozies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think as much hate.
Yeah, we're not going to give our list of words.
No.
That's not today's trivia.
C word for ladies. That's
Oh
up there.
gosh, I didn't want to give that word. That's why I was
I'm
trying
just
to move
saying
on.
it's up there.
That's why I was trying to move on.
Listen, I never even really knew people said that word till I moved to the Northeast, and they were throwing it around like it was a bag of chips. I was
Talk to
I
British
was-
people for a few minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
they'll
yeah,
call,
bro. Oh,
they'll
yeah.
call you one 6 times.
They'll drop that word like it's
Really?
Oh, that's
like
nothing.
It's, just
It's not as
constant.
it's not as
nothing.
bad to them.
No, it's
though.
not bad
It's
at all.
not bad at all. It's a word they use.
Just,
Yeah.
That's just it. That's in my lexicon.
It's just
thank you.
out there.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. Fair enough.
All right, so the New Orleans New Orleans Saints are playing the Rams. Who do we got in this game for the NFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs? I'll go with Dave first.
Oh, okay.
I'll go with Josh first. He pointed and
All
got
right.
really excited.
All right, I was.
I know,
okay
but
with
you put
letting
your
it-
hand up, and then when I said Dave, you got really
I got
you had
sad.
disappointed
I had a
look.
little sad.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
So we'll go ahead and go
Yeah,
with you.
I will continue to do the opposite, and I'm gonna take the Rams
Wow.
So you're
I-
taking everything.
because I feel like the
Wow.
Chiefs. The Chiefs. I feel like the Saints are.
Non-pick picks.
No, listen. I went 0-4 the first week, and they were all
Yeah.
picks that I thought.
Because you picked opposite.
And then the second week, I picked all the opposites because I was like, I'm gonna George Costanza this thing, and we're gonna win. And I went 4-0.
What
Try-
is it?
try that
The
at the
winter of
sports book.
Josh.
Hmm?
Winter of Josh.
the winner of Josh.
I had I had a photo album one time that was called The Summer of Josh, and half my friends didn't get it because most black people don't watch
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, but it wasn't big in the black community.
I love Seinfeld.
Kramer's definitely not.
Well, you're mixed, right?
Again.
wow.
Oh, this is how things start. Like they said you were mixed on the show.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
he's full black, guys. Steve's the mixed one. All right,
Wow.
Dave, your pick.
Steve's Creole.
Half Asian.
Steve's Creole.
Self-hating.
Self-hating.
You so hating
It's black and Korean.
pacifist.
Black and Korean.
Oh man.
You're bleary.
I'm gonna go with the Saints. To me, no question. I think they've been the best team
Yeah.
for pretty much the whole
and
season.
they beat the Rams pretty handily.
Plus, I think the Saints have great. The Saints are the great storyline either way, because if you get Saints Pats, you get Brady versus Breeze, who like never play each other,
Great.
Mhm.
and then if you get Saints Chiefs, you get Brady Mahomes 1 and 2 for the MVP.
Breeze Mahomes. Yeah.
That's why I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Breeze Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, any of these matchups are actually going to be good for the Super Bowl. So I don't think we see anything in here and saying like, the Super Bowl won't be good
Yeah.
if this team gets in.
And most
I
years
think any
you
of these
do.
matches exactly.
Most like because I know
Yeah.
I didn't want to see the Patriots Eagles last year at all. I really didn't want to see the Vikings
Yeah.
Patriots. Like both of those weren't.
I'd have rather seen the Vikings than the
Well,
than
see,
the
I
Eagles.
didn't want to see the Vikings because of that whole just, they're the first team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium.
I want to see that once.
Not the Vikings.
We'll get that with the Raiders.
They didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve that honor.
But I mean, you could tell how close they think these matchups are. Now, granted, a lot of this is for betting, but I mean, both lines opened at 3 for the home team, which
that's a
basically
pick 'em.
means that's a
It's a
pick 'em.
pick 'em.
Three for the home team is your automatic. That's just where you start.
Yeah. You start with a 3-point cushion just because you're at home.
And it's 3.5 now for
The
the Rams. I mean the
Saints.
Saints and
The
Rams
Saints,
game.
the Saints.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing the other one's
And
still,
still
at 3.
3. Yep. So that'll change throughout the week, but it's going to stay around there. You're not going to see anything drastic.
I need to hurry up and go get in on that
3.5.
that Patriot action at 3.
Yeah.
You didn't mess around and go up to 5 or something stupid.
I know.
All right. So you're picking. I can't remember.
New
I can't
Orleans.
keep track.
I said
The Rams.
The
'cause
Rams.
Saints are going to win.
Yeah,
All
who
right.
knows with him?
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Who
See,
you
last
got?
I had
week,
New Orleans.
Last week was
New Orleans.
great.
Steve.
I didn't have Dave criticizing my pick and calling me on my stuff. Quan and Steve just went along for the ride.
Never.
Yeah, I just
Dave just
Never.
Steve's like, I don't even try to do with you.
whatever.
anymore."
Man, no. I'm living my life, bro. 2019. You do your thing, player. Don't let me stop you.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
Yeah, baby.
Dave won't
All right,
let,
go ahead.
Dave won't let
Steve,
me
who you
live.
The Rams, man. This game is gonna be another shootout. The first one, it seemed like the Saints just was destroying them, but the Rams were coming back, and the game ended up. I want to say, was it a 10-point game at the end, or
No.
was it 7 points? It was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one
It
possession.
ended in a one possession
Yeah, it was
game,
one
and to
possession.
me, that's a shootout. And I think that the Rams will adjust. And looking at the way the Saints played yesterday, they didn't put up a bunch of points against the Eagles.
Mhm.
So I think all these teams learned, the Saints, the Chiefs, and the Rams learned that you got to play some defense, and you can't just let it go into a shootout, which all of them had against each other. So I think the Rams will make enough adjustments to win this game. Just where they are and what they're trying to do, I think they're playing good enough to.
And I'm actually agreeing with Steve in this, and the same reason. The Saints did not impress me a lot in yesterday's win. They didn't dominate. I thought they were going to dominate the Eagles. I thought that was going to be the blowout out of all these games this past weekend. And they still played good. They did what they had to do, but they didn't dominate the way I thought they should have against Philly. They didn't impress me a whole bunch. Rams are a lot better than Philly. Philly had a chance to win this game at the end if it wasn't for that interception. I really think the Rams are going to go in there. I think their defense is going to play a lot better than it did earlier in the season against this team. And same thing with the running game. I think the Rams are going to be able to run on the Saints, not the same way they did against Dallas, but I still think they're going to have an easy time running the ball.
But don't you think some of it with the Saints is the fact that they were sitting everybody at the end of the season and just
It could be, and that happens. You know, you're sitting
that first
3
game
weeks
back-
in a row, two or 3 weeks in a row.
that first game back,
Yeah.
it's tough. Plus, you're playing against a team that has a championship under its belt, so has a lot of pride on the line. So I think that could have been a factor.
Yeah.
Saints had a lot of penalties too. It was a lot of times where they just kept shooting themselves in the foot. They gave the Eagles a lot of chances to win yesterday, but I don't know how much that'll carry over to next week, how much of that stuff they'll fix. But if anything, the Rams showed, at least to me, that they can win without Goff throwing the ball. So
Well, I think they have to, though, because teams know. I was looking at some stats. Goff, when he's pressured, is terrible.
yeah.
Like, if you get pressure on Goff, he's a bad quarterback.
He definitely starts to anytime you ask him to move his feet, he gets off schedule. It starts to really mess him up.
He actually had a good run though.
Yeah,
in
that
the
was
fourth
a
quarter.
big run to seal it. But still, I mean, it's most of the time you have a good quarterback and he goes from like good to mediocre under pressure maybe, and you can kind of live with that. But when you go from good to flat out bad, it's rough.
Yeah.
They got 2 running backs though that are hard to stop, man. So
Todd Gurley is a special player.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, the main thing too, when just going back to your point, Dave, the way to always stop Tom Brady was get him off schedule, get him to reset his feet. But the only thing is, you really don't want to have to blitz, because if you're not getting there or you're a little late, you're gonna get crucified.
Well,
so
and the thing is, that's the key to stopping Brady, which is something that the Chiefs don't have, is you had to be able to get pressure with your front.
With 4.
You can't blitz.
Yeah.
Because if you blitz, you might hit him a couple times, but he's gonna dissect you.
Yeah, eventually, for sure.
Yeah.
You might be able to make that mess work for 2, maybe even 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But
Drew
there's gonna be
Brees is
some
similar in a lot of
Mhm.
ways, just a smaller player,
version,
but
yeah.
you can't come at him with a blitz.
I'll say this: if any of these games, go crazy, similar to the Saints versus the Eagles, if any of the games are 14-point games, you're gonna have to watch the game all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be able to be like, oh, this game's over.
Yeah.
With anybody outside of the Rams, I think the Rams are probably the only team that probably can't necessarily come back. If the Saints really go up, I think that game probably will end. But the other game,
I mean, it depends. We see what their offense did
It's
against
capable
Dallas,
of.
so
it's capable
Yeah.
for sure. But
I mean, they put up a lot of points all year.
no, that's true. I just don't feel like they're as battle tested. They don't have but I feel like the Chiefs, same difference, but they still have Tyreek Hill. And at
Yeah, but
today's
I would
point
say
before-
if New England's up by 14, that's a little harder for the Chiefs to come back from.
True,
But
but
as
they've
you
got
were
the
saying,
weapons.
Yeah,
They've got the
Tyreek Hill
weapons.
is one touch away at any
Yeah,
time
definitely.
Yeah.
from a case or a touchdown.
Yeah.
You had that in your back
Well,
pocket.
He was sitting on that one.
I
Yeah.
wasn't,
that-
but I mean it's real
It,
easy.
That was a good one.
it organically came.
That was a good one.
Sometimes it's easy, man. Some people make it easy.
They
do. Some people
Where?
make it easy.
Where? You would have loaded that up 15 seconds if I had said that. Like, I lit up, was like, are you asleep on the button?
Josh is going to take over the buttons next week.
Oh no.
No. Because you'll get that one a lot. Oh my goodness.
When we mentioned death.
That's the best laugh in the NBA.
We were at
man.
lunch and we talked about that story about the guy in China getting the death penalty for smuggling drugs. And Josh said, can I quote you?
Yeah, go for it.
Good, he deserved to die. And then said,
What are you saving? What are you, Samuel L. Jackson in A Time to Kill?
He
No,
said,
he-
That's
he-
exactly what he
I
came
said
with
that
next.
after it.
That's
I
it.
said that after it.
Right after that, he was like, "Yes, he deserves to die."
And I hope they burn in hell. Look, listen. If you're dumb enough, okay. Has anybody else been to China? Anybody else?
I have not, but
No,
I know
I-
what you're going to say.
We
Okay.
read about it.
I know what not to do. I know.
We've read about
Yeah.
it. Okay, so when
I know
you
what
get
not to
there,
do in China.
when you get there as an American,
Yeah.
you are like, you're like so adverse to any kind of conflict. Like, I don't even want to raise my voice.
Yeah.
Like, and I've had money stolen from me in China, and I was like, I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna write a mean email. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you don't do that. So if you're gonna be dumb enough to break the law, but not even dumb enough to just break the law, I'm going to smash through
Yeah.
hundreds and numerous laws. You've got to be willing to die. So am I sad for him? No. You're in a communist state. I don't feel bad for you.
It's not.
It's a
like,
dumb
yeah,
decision.
And he was a Canadian guy.
It don't matter.
it ain't that.
I'm just saying he was Canadian. It wasn't like another Chinese man, or he wasn't American.
Yeah.
He's
He was white though, right?
Yeah,
He
he
was
was.
100% white.
Canadian.
You could tell by his excuse.
Canadian. I heard you mumble that.
He was Canadian.
Steve, you had the
Not
best
white,
answer.
he's Canadian.
Nobody gives Steve credit for that. You could tell he was white by his excuse.
Wait, what was
wow.
his excuse?
He was just like, look, I'm a tourist. I didn't have anything to do with this. Like, he had no real
That's
defense.
definitely a white person.
He had no real defense for trafficking 400 pounds.
I'm
of
not
meth.
saying I would say it, but you could hear it coming out of my mouth in my voice.
What was it? It was I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm just
I mean,
a tourist. Like,
I did know I could do that.
And by the way, I have done that one.
Oh, so smuggling meth into China is not legal. Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry,
I
officer.
was not aware of that.
Obviously, this guy isn't a sports fan because he didn't see that the UCLA players got put in jail over some sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
And they were not going to let them go.
Yeah, like jail.
They would still be in there if it wasn't for UCLA
Well,
helping them get out.
And
Donald
and
Trump.
well,
trying to have a
just
moment.
as many,
I guess-
just as many
I
scouts
guess
would have
we-
been looking for LiAngelo.
I guess we give credit to Trump.
Yeah,
He took credit after it
Trump
happened.
was Trump was giving credit to Trump on that one. So
Oh, I've never heard him do that before. Moving away from politics, far away.
far away.
The galaxy far away. And the
Long
government's
time
still
ago.
shut down, I think, right?
It is.
Yeah. I think we're up to what 24 days, 23 or 24 days.
Longest shutdown ever.
Longest shutdown in history, though.
They said no tax returns till that wall's built. You got the dude building the wall.
I didn't see that one.
You haven't seen those memes?
Oh, I'll be out there.
See that one.
Everyone's-
I hate the whole idea that I ain't getting my tax return. I'll bring my truck out.
Give me some cinder blocks and some cement.
It's like
Putting that wall up tomorrow.
I deliver some bags of concrete for you, player. Hey.
I'm gonna stop by Star Nursery, bring a few guys with me.
700 miles. We'll have this up by
Dave, I don't think the guys from Star Nursery are going to help you with that wall. I think that's the whole problem.
Oh no, yeah, they would.
I think that's the whole
In that
problem.
case.
Hey, you pay. Hey,
That's
you
why
pay.
You
They'll
pay
pay
them.
for
You
anything.
pay them. They don't care. Hey, as long as they stay on this side, they could care less.
They will wall themselves in.
Yeah.
Like, you need me to build a wall around myself?
Hey,
Oh my gosh,
hey
that is
man,
too
kids gotta
funny.
eat, man. You
Listen, you tell any Mexican, hey, we have work to do at the border.
yeah, they ain't coming with you.
I don't know about that one.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
have to
tell
say
them.
no.
That's a non-starter. We are not telling where we're going.
They'll wait at the Home Depot parking lot for the next guy.
No, next one.
I've seen him turn some people down before.
Really?
Not paying enough.
Really?
He told him he pay him $10 an hour. They were like, nah.
There's something
Really?
better coming.
15. They wanted 15, baby.
Well, they could settle for 10 later.
yeah,
10's always there.
yeah. 10 is all, 10 is like the
It's,
standard. Like,
it's
I give
only
you-
it's only 8 in the morning.
Yeah, 10's always there.
That
I could take
lunchtime
10
guy is
later.
gonna be
Yeah.
there. That lunchtime guy is
You want
coming.
me to work all day for 10? Nah, baby.
You're like,
I could wait till noon and get 15.
does, it,
Same
baby.
thing.
Nah, baby.
does the truck come past?
Oh my goodness, that is too funny.
Hey, it's true. Every once in a while,
No,
you catch them at the
you-
U-Haul spot too.
Did you
The
see
U-Haul spot.
Yeah, no, they'll be well because think about it. People that have U-Haul, people that are renting U-Hauls, they're moving something.
Yeah.
I'll give you $30 to help me. I'm sold.
Okay.
I'm here.
Ain't got nothing else to do.
Because the one on the strip used to always have them. Like a lot of times, the one down past the outlet,
Yeah, I
they
know
used to
that.
always
They
be
always
there.
there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get mad at you too, like
Who's they?
them,
The
people.
All right.
I had your back. You didn't say those people
Yeah,
or those
those people.
guys.
Yeah.
You said them,
them.
the workers,
Yeah, I
the
know who we
potential
talking
workforce.
about. Yeah,
The potential
exactly.
workforce.
The
Sometimes some words are okay.
Spell them backwards.
No.
I said spell it, not say it.
What do you think this is? A spelling bee, son? I ain't spelling nothing.
You can't spell it backwards?
I can, but I'm not.
It doesn't spell anything.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
just-
Yeah, I
know,
was
but
like,
that's
really?
what I'm
I was like,
Josh
it's not
is trying hard.
I'm really trying. I'm like, that's not meth.
No.
Sitting here like, meh.
Almost.
No.
It's meh.
So-
Meh.
You were trying too hard. You tried so hard. You actually had me confused. Like I was like, wait,
It's
am
not
I
that hard.
tripping? Am I
Definitely not that
tripping?
hard to confuse Josh.
I thought I was tripping.
Yeah.
That's why I had to start spelling it out. I was like, that doesn't spell anything. Let me break this down. Start compound syllables out here.
I was just worried Josh was about to pick up his phone and type it in to double check himself.
Oh,
That's what I
no.
thought he was about to do.
No,
I
I
was
keep
like,
seeing
no.
you grab your phone.
No,
Like,
I
come
was
on,
I
man.
was just I was writing it. I was Helen Keller.
I got you.
I was finger spelling in my hand.
I feel you. I
You were
do that.
Helen Keller.
Hey,
Wow.
Helen
Didn't
Keller.
see that one
That's
coming.
a good joke.
Uh,
Not a good one. It's finger spell in the hand.
it's
Nothing.
kind of messed up.
Probably, but hey.
That's fun. I have
No.
a really, really bad sense of humor though. My sense of humor is it can get dark.
Really?
Hey, it had me in tears though. You'll be calling me a bad person, but I'll my heart is pretty good. I laugh all the
his
time.
heart was in the right place.
Continue, Quan.
I just like seeing you shovel yourself in this hole right now. It's fun.
It's all right.
All right.
It's all right.
Moving on from the NFL. We all got our picks on that one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
There's only 2 games.
Kyler Murray declares for the NFL draft. A lot of people say he should stick to baseball. He already got drafted by the A's. If he wants to play football, I know baseball is more longevity. You could play baseball 15, 20 years, stay healthy, all that.
You can.
But football, quarterback,
Quarterback. That's
which
the
I'm not
biggest
sure
thing.
if he's probably not the top quarterback going into the draft. It's a weak quarterback draft.
It is.
So he still might get drafted in the first round.
He'll be in the first round.
But if he wants to play, like, if football's his bigger love, or if he just looks at the money and like, I can get more guaranteed money now playing football. If I only play 4 or 5 years and don't really pan out, I could always go back to baseball. You can't really go play baseball and then try to jump into football later.
Nah, Chris Weinke.
Well,
It's happened.
that's
Chris
Drew
Weinke.
Henson.
Drew Henson
Wow.
for sure.
It happens, but
yeah.
no. And I
Yeah.
think the biggest thing is people keep talking about like, well, you're going to get hurt in a short career, but it's like if you look at quarterbacks, if you play well as a quarterback, your career is long.
Yeah.
Tom Brady?
It's really long.
Well, I mean,
Brees?
and that's what I was saying earlier. When it comes down to it, as long as he does the right things and protects himself, he can be okay. And at the quarterback position, you're at the Hollywood position in the league. You're going to get the national sponsorships. You're going to have your face out there. You're going to get a lot of endorsement deals. There's a lot of unknowns in baseball. Baseball, it's cool to get drafted in the first round, whatever. But if you really look around the league, most of the guys are second, 15th round picks, and everything else is guys that grinded their way through the minors. Like first round picks flame out every year.
There's no guarantee in baseball that you make the majors.
League. Yeah, that's right.
That's the
just
biggest
because you
thing
get
to me.
drafted by the A's, and we talked about that at lunch, you could be sent down to AAA, AA,
Single A.
And what happens if you have a few bad months?
Yeah.
You're stuck there for a while.
Yep.
And
Or-
like you said, maybe you just never even make it. There's
it's
so
possible.
many baseball players.
Yeah.
It's
So it's
guys
every-
who have grinded for 15 years and can't get past the AAA.
Yeah. And
And-
AAA is like
and-
great. Like you were a great baseball player
Yeah,
if you made it to just AAA.
because in the majors, unlike other sports, you can literally have one bad game and it puts you right back.
Mm-hmm.
It's different if you're already established, like an A-Rod or a big name in the sport. You can have a bad week, you can have a bad month,
You
and
can have
you're
a bad
allowed,
year.
right? And you're allowed to bounce back from
Yeah.
that. If you haven't established that yet, they'll drop you down in AAA and be like, "That's it." When you
Yeah.
look at Tim Tebow, as good as he's doing, most of what he's being graded on isn't even his performance. It's he's using 2 hands to catch the ball instead of 1.
Yeah.
He's not placing his foot properly when he throws the ball.
Yeah.
It's so many little things that they look at when they're scouting these baseball players. It that doesn't even matter in other sports. In basketball, it's like, but did it go in? Yes.
Yeah.
Who cares how ugly a shot is, Sean Marion? Like, it doesn't matter.
Very true.
But in baseball, you have to be fundamentally sound and
yeah,
the
everything
numbers
else.
match, right?
Well, and the other thing too, Quan, I don't even know what position he plays, so I don't know if there's someone blocking him
He's
at the
an
major league
outfielder.
level.
he's
outfielder?
Yeah.
See, the A's, I haven't really paid attention to their team for a while, but like, what if
good
he
young
has?
talent.
What if he has players blocking him? So if he has a young team in front of him, he could also be boxed out. So then now he has a a force field that's holding him back that has nothing to do with him. So now he's waiting to get traded because he can't. Maybe the right fielder.
But they
at
would
the-
be when you're paying that guy that much guaranteed up front, they're incentivized to get you there
Somewhere, yeah.
because you don't want to, especially when you're a team like the A's who is thinking about the money they spend. You don't want to pay a guy $9 million who doesn't make it.
Yeah, no,
you can't really
you can't
afford to be
it.
shelling
Yeah, you
that
can't
out.
afford it. Yeah.
So I think he'd be getting every opportunity, but like I said, your chances is if you are a first round quarterback, your chances to succeed are much better. And as you were saying, you were brought up like Brady and Breeze with career longevity. What about Alex Smith? It's like, yeah, Alex Smith possibly has a career-ending injury. He's about 35.
Still
Yeah.
35, yeah.
And he's gotten
So-
3 contracts?
You're multiple years in for a lot of these guys, and it took a while to get to that career-ending injury. I don't think the career-ending injury happens that often
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the
they protect the quarterback a lot in this generation's NFL.
My only concern with him, which may be mitigated by the way that offenses are changing now, he's small.
Yeah.
He's very small.
Now, but is he smaller than you think Russell Wilson?
He's 5'9",
Definitely, because
he's
he
2
also
inches-
has like small hands.
He's 2 inches shorter than
He's
Russell Wilson.
small.
Is that the truth, or is that just basically
They're
what
saying
they're
they're saying that he's
They're saying he's 5'10".
They're saying he's 5'10", but what they're saying is that's probably an exaggeration.
We got to
He's
see what his
actually
height is in the combine.
That he's
Yeah.
actually 5'9" and a quarter
And
or
some
2 quarters
change.
and some change. Basically.
Without shoes on.
And Russell Wilson is 5'11".
But Russell Wilson is also a solid build.
Right.
Kyler Murray is not.
Right.
They said that about RG3 too, and RG3 did get hurt.
That's the thing I worry about a lot of times, because I don't worry about a quarterback running around and using athleticism. I mean, even though Murray's shown great accuracy and everything else, I worry more. I mean, you have to be more solidly built, because once those guys get you once at the NFL level, because the big thing is you have to remember too, he was playing 1 year against Big 12 defenses. It's not that great.
Yeah.
There's not a good defense in the Big 12. So
now he did do his thing against an Alabama defense that's got 11 starters that's going all 11 make it to the NFL.
Of course. But you're talking about a whole different scenario.
It's a different level.
He ain't playing against that team 15, 16 times a season yet. You
True.
know what I mean? So
and with and you get picked in the first round, the first 10 picks. You also are on an inferior
He will be
team.
an early first round pick, because the only guy going ahead of him as a quarterback is Haskins at Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's it, because Herbert from Oregon probably would have been going ahead of him, but he stayed.
Yeah.
Look, the truth is we don't know how many good quarterbacks came out of college and probably were on their way to greatness, and in their first 3 or 4 games got hit hard enough that mentally they were just like, you know what, I don't know if this whole football thing is for me. you understand? Like, they didn't get a concussion, they didn't get injured, but they just got rocked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it sometimes that's
enough.
That's enough to just, and you're never the same. You second guessing everything after
And
that.
listen, he might want to just play baseball. Maybe he just wants to be drafted into sports and at least see what could be.
Well, and you could tell that he has
a double career.
Some desire for baseball, because all the word reported today was his people basically went to them and said, if that $9 million becomes $15 million, we're not going to the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And the A's said no.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
then
hey.
que sera.
Get that money how you can get it.
yeah.
Right?
Like I said, it's going to play out however it plays out.
Yeah.
He'll get a chance to start for an NFL team, and if for some reason that's going awry, he can. And that's the other thing for him, is he can always hold the other sport hostage.
Yeah.
And I think
that's true.
there will always be an opportunity later, especially if he does good in one sport, that the other sport will give him a shot. I think that, I mean, not to make any comparisons yet, but Deion Sanders was good at both sports. So
Yeah.
he
He was elite.
right.
At both
It's-
He
sports.
was no,
he
no.
wasn't elite at baseball.
He was amazing at football.
He was good at
At
baseball.
baseball, he was a slap hitter at best, who was a decent defender decent in the field. I mean, because he could cover so much ground. He was never a good hitter. You
But
could
I
check
think-
the stats.
I think
was
the
average
point is,
baseball
like,
player.
all right.
you could find worse players in
Bo
MLB.
Jackson?
Bo Jackson
Ooh.
was a much better comparison.
Okay.
But Bo
he-
Jackson also
but
got hurt
looking-
young.
Well,
The point
that
is,
was football.
I
though.
think with his notoriety, with his name being out there, with him being a high profile person, he'll get a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at least somebody will say,
I mean, he's a Heisman winner.
It's the same, right? It's the same
Someone's
thing
going to
with
draft him.
with
Well, Charlie
Tebow.
Wood.
Like, it's not necessarily saying he'll be great, but it's like, oh, Tim Tebow, yeah, we'll give him a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where a lot of people, there's no reason to give him a shot.
But he's a
you know?
different
That's
type
true.
of shot than Tebow, because Kyler Murray he'll probably be drafted somewhere in the same range where he was drafted in baseball. He's drafted
Yeah.
9th in baseball. It's
Yeah.
probably about right around the range he'll be drafted in
Right.
football.
So who do you
And
think takes a
You
chance
have to
on
take a
him?
hot-
Because a lot of teams need a quarterback. Even teams that drafted a quarterback last year need a quarterback.
Well,
I'm not sold on Rosen
you-
at all
you're-
in Arizona.
See, your question, that's one, especially with a guy like Cliff Kingsbury there, you start wondering, does he back out of the Josh Rosen thing and say Kyler Murray is a quarterback? Because Kyler Murray, because if you look at the guys that he's coached, I mean, Manziel when he was coordinating at Texas A&M, Baker Mayfield,
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, these are guys that Kyler Murray fits that profile a lot more.
They call him
for
the
what
quarterback
he's gonna wanna
whisperer.
do. Well, plus, I mean, he's good with those college-style spread offenses.
Yeah.
That's what they're bringing him in for. So,
And his 5 o'clock shadow.
well, We'll see. I don't know if a whole organization is ready to back off a top 10 pick quarterback in year 2.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're going to let you do that. Plus, you have a lot of people saying, I mean, some people like Haskins, some people don't really care that much. There are teams that are not going to take Murray because of his size.
Yeah.
So you have to wonder about that. Some people are waiting for Tua and Herbert next year.
Yeah.
You know, but you just don't know because the Giants need to take a quarterback, but
yeah,
you know, they're not picking high enough to get Haskins.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they're going to look to put Kyler Murray in as the Eli successor.
Yeah.
It's tough to say. I mean, there's teams that need a quarterback, but not all those teams are taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I mean, as a Bills fan, I don't love Josh Allen, but they're not taking a quarterback.
I don't understand why you don't like him at all.
I still don't think he's a good thrower. I mean, he can run.
I think look, I think the biggest thing, a lot of these teams, the quarterbacks coming out now.
I think Bills just need to stick with a quarterback.
Yes, quarterbacks coming out.
They're sticking with.
They don't give anybody a chance there.
No,
they are sticking with.
You guys have run through like 5 different quarterback draft picks in the last 10 years.
Yeah, and the Redskins never did anything like that.
No, but literally, but in terms of drafting them, we drafted 2 in the same draft.
This is the first guy that was ever drafted high though. For the Bills.
Well, so okay, EJ Manuel was first round.
But that's all late. Those are late picks.
Well, what's his name? The
JP
other
Losman.
Well, no,
Trent Edwards was like a second or third rounder.
No, but the other kid from Florida State, he was like 11.
Tyrod?
No, white boy from Florida State that you guys drafted. You guys have been through a lot of quarterbacks.
Oh, I'm aware.
Like
none of them good.
No, dang it. What's his name? But he was like 11. Like you guys have drafted a lot of first round quarterbacks in the top 15 picks.
That's the problem is they're drafting them at like 12 and 13. You don't get a good quarterback at 12, 13.
You're reaching. You're hoping that maybe somebody missed something.
It's a bad spot to take a quarterback.
But I mean, you still let one halfway develop.
Yeah.
But none of them
they make
ever
a lot of
moved.
Bad picks.
Yeah, none of them ever moved on in the league. So maybe you're right. That's true too. Because once they left you, it wasn't like they had a second life somewhere.
Situation has a lot to do with things. Because I mean, as much as we all love Patrick Mahomes and how gifted he is, look at the weapons.
Yeah,
that goes a long way. I mean, there's a lot of guys.
He has real weapons.
I'm not saying they would have the same stats that Patrick Mahomes has because they don't have the same physical gifts. But you're going to get 30-something touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if Hunt didn't kick a woman.
Yeah.
You're going to get 30-something touchdowns out of that talent with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. You know, I mean, they got players there.
Yeah. Speaking of Hunt, the Bears are talking about pursuing Kareem Hunt. Now, would you guys be happy with your team pursuing Kareem Hunt? I know you wouldn't care.
I'm a Redskin.
I know you wouldn't care.
We just, at this point.
You beat a woman, come over to our team.
Give me what you
Well, I will say that one's different because there's video footage, which is sad to say out loud. But Reuben Foster, his charges got dropped.
Because she keeps dropping them. She keeps going back.
No.
Yeah.
Well.
She didn't again.
No, but he's also dumb enough to keep dealing with that girl.
Yeah, definitely.
That's stupidity.
On both
two-way
sides,
stupidity.
On both sides, it's like,
dumb and
why
dumber.
would you do that too? Because you're seeing that whatever the situation is. Anyway, don't even get me started.
You're
on
an
that.
NFL player, bro. You got options.
Well, but I mean, the first option is don't hit women. Well, that's an easier option because look, because the next girl is like lining up for that punch. Like, please hit me right
let
here,
me get that check.
and I'm gonna get this joint on film.
Yeah.
Like,
just let me set my feet.
Yeah, really. I'm gonna have this daggone house bugged. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like, but the biggest thing is don't hit women.
That's who they are. Like, yeah, that goes without saying though. Is obviously keep your hands to yourself, but it should.
Like,
I mean, you would hope.
Well,
it
hasn't been.
Hasn't sunk in yet.
Yeah.
No.
Well, as long as people keep getting away with it, and as long as women keep dropping charges, then there will be a guy who does it. I mean, I never will blame a victim and be like, oh, it's the woman's fault she keeps getting beat, because there's a fear element too. Like, how do we know this guy ain't threatening her? Like, drop the charges or I'm gonna kill you. I mean,
that exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? He's got the money, he's got the reach
to
do it. It ain't like NFL players ain't killed their women before.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Caruth.
So
That's very correct.
OJ.
I mean, like
That's a Caruth statement. OJ wasn't in the NFL.
That was
when he did
a.
that.
Did you say that was a Carew statement?
Caruth.
yeah, he did.
Oh, a Carew statement. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought
I
you
mean,
said
it's a
Carew. I was
Yeah,
like, did you
Carew
really just
statement.
say a Carew statement? I'm so serious.
So I mean, it's
Eric Hernandez killed his man.
kill multiple people.
yeah.
Every boyfriend.
CTE is real, bro.
Bad decisions are real.
Yeah.
Hey, they
Look,
are.
He was like that before CT.
Yeah,
And
like,
CTE don't help. That's all I'm saying.
CTE definitely doesn't help, but
Yeah.
No, Aaron Hernandez was just known to be a bad human
Nah,
being.
there's some-
They've already talked many times about how Tim Tebow got him out of some trouble in Florida.
With
Yeah.
prayer and fasting.
Oh, not prayer.
Nah.
Showing up and basically
White
telling
privilege, baby.
cops to go away.
prayer and supplication.
White Christian privilege, no less.
White Christian privilege
with
show
prayer and fasting,
up. Hey,
again, continuing to be in rare form. It's quite strong. That's pretty
Let's not
strong
act like
indeed.
these things ain't
He didn't
real,
pray
man.
enough for Aaron, evidently.
or those prayer requests stopped once once the Sugar Bowls ran out.
Yeah, once he left the University of Florida, it's like, don't know how I can do.
I'm in Denver now.
Can't pray for you anymore, Aaron.
Jesus wrote back and he said no.
You're not answering the prayer line.
Jesus said Tom Brady's the devil, so I'm out.
it's gonna be a no for me,
Oh,
dog.
no. It's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, God bless
Tim
him.
Tebow has like a fiance now.
Yeah,
I think so,
a Miss
yeah.
Universe fiance.
What a surprise.
I mean, you waited long enough.
What a shocker!
No, wait.
A rich
Is that
a rich
still-
dude who's on TV all the time.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
An attractive girl.
I actually
Who
thought
would
the
believe
same
it?
thing.
Hold on.
I thought the same thing
What?
when he got engaged. I was like, I wonder. We
Man,
haven't
come
heard
on,
about
man.
that in a while.
Come on, man.
There is no chance Tim Tebow made it through his years at the University of Florida without having sex.
No, he definitely made it through Florida.
Nope.
No,
I don't buy it.
No. That's actually factual. Like girls-
Factual. How do
no,
you know it's factual?
Because look, because girls would basically talk other girls out of it because like everyone like it was a thing on campus. Like I've talked to some of my friends.
That's
that
like
went to
saying you've
Florida.
never been with the
They
ugly
were-
girl.
they were
Just
like-
because you say it.
No,
Doesn't
listen,
mean you've never been with the
listen,
ugly girl.
they were like, look, right now we are winning, and you can't touch Tebow. Like everyone was like,
Look
that.
at this face. I don't
I don't
believe
buy
you. I ain't buying it at all.
I don't buy
I
it.
wouldn't buy it with your money, son.
For a football-centric
I
school,
wouldn't. Mm-mm.
like
Mm-mm.
don't know.
a deity level player,
I
It
don't
could be
know.
done.
trust me, no one would be
It could be
talking.
done.
He
I don't buy it.
Look, can be done.
It could be done.
And being
If-
done.
Anything
come on,
can
man.
be
if
done.
you're running with that
I
kind
don't.
of
I
a
don't think
lie,
you would
though-
lie with it.
Yeah, I was about to
Lie
say if
about
you're
it.
running with that kind of lie that long,
Please,
that's
that's
tough.
part of the business plan.
Come on, man.
That's tough.
If he
Come on,
did
man.
it, that's fine, but it's part of the business plan. If he didn't do what he said he's been doing, that's
It's-
also part of the
it's
business plan.
College,
It's not like nobody lied in college football
college
as a
sports
player.
programs are built on these kind of lies.
Listen,
son.
I got
What are
no.
you talking
I'm not.
about?
I'm not
I don't
running
know
it
if
down.
I don't
got
know
no
if they're
problem
built
if he
on
did.
those kind of lies, though.
Believe me, there's
Look,
there's
they're
there's
built on
plenty
lies.
there's plenty of
I don't
terrible people
know-
out there that get
I
scholarships.
don't know if
Exactly.
I don't know if you've built a college program off someone saying they haven't had sex.
No, I'm
No,
saying that
program wasn't built off
I'm
of that.
Well,
saying-
Steve said college programs are built off those lies.
not lies of not having sex, but
Okay.
lies of
Well,
keeping
that's
these
the lie
things-
you guys are
lies
accusing them of.
keeping things
Stick
under
to the lie.
wraps. Lies of keeping things under wraps or keeping.
Why
things
would they
secrets.
keep that? Like, who would not tell? He's lying. Like somebody would tell. They're not
It's-
going to keep that under wraps. Why?
Okay,
Why?
Probably had an
Okay.
ironclad
Why?
contract.
I don't know. The same reason that they keep all the other lies under wrap, like paying athletes and giving athletes prostitutes and all the other things they do for athletes.
So the
to
girl's
recruit
not
them.
going to say anything at all
Well, have the girls been saying anything in all these other
because
situations?
he didn't do it.
Come on, man. I'm not
Why
saying.
can't you
Look,
just believe a guy?
I believe
didn't
it's,
have sex?
I believe it's possible, and he could have, but
Good
whatever,
for him
man.
either
Like
way.
it
Who
ain't
cares?
it ain't a
I know-
story I'm trying to fight and argue about.
I
but
know,
whatever.
I know I
like,
wouldn't be able to hold out.
Supposedly,
Not-
AC Green went through a whole NBA career.
He did.
I
and
mean,
God- and hey,
No, listen.
look,
He did.
I
There-
always believe AC Green, but AC Green wasn't getting it thrown at him like Tim Tebow.
he was
What?
in L.A.
No,
Are
no,
you
no, no,
kidding
no,
me
no, no,
right
no,
now?
sir.
You are out of your
Sir,
mind if
sir,
you think that AC
sir.
Green was anywhere
Are
near
you
the level
serious?
of fame.
Are you
of
serious?
Tim Tebow.
Are you serious?
Hold on.
He
AC
was-
Green.
Hold on.
Doesn't
Hold on,
matter.
it's
He
okay.
was in
It's
L.A.
okay. I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on. Okay,
oh Lord,
sir. First off, James Worthy with a moon head. That's one. But two, Like literally, the guys were like, and this is
Just because you got Jerry curl doesn't mean you can't get women.
This has come out. No, he had Jerry curl dripping when everybody did, so it's all right. Isn't it? That was
not everybody.
It was him and Michael Cage. That was it.
in the NBA.
Exactly.
In popular culture,
and
most
Michael,
dudes
Michael Cage's was dripping.
Yeah, that was greasy.
Drip,
but drip drip.
Don't.
But listen, no, like
Drip, drip.
the players on the Lakers were trying to get him serviced. Like
Service.
literally
Wow.
his whole career. Like
Look.
no, okay, because I actually who was it? I talked to Michael Cooper about this.
Okay.
And Cooper was like, no.
I even gave him one of my socks.
He's like that. He's like, no, that one is
I didn't say
real.
it wasn't true.
You just did.
No, I didn't. I said he wasn't getting it thrown at him like Tim Tebow.
Oh no, he 10 times worse.
Look,
He was in
I
LA.
don't buy it.
1,000
LA,
times worse.
In LA,
1,000
Showtime Lakers. It
times
doesn't.
worse. NBA championships.
He was in the most possibly the most football crazed state.
That's fine.
He was a god.
And AC Green was winning championships when they were having
AC Green wasn't
orgies.
winning champion.
No,
AC Green
he
was
was-
a part of championship teams.
he was a starter.
Yeah.
He was a starter, and the other starters were having orgies in the locker room.
He was.
and that's
he was a
legit.
starter in the All Star game too.
Magic.
89.
I'm just saying. And you know this is not coming from any kind of Laker love at all, but yeah, no, that's
believe-
a
Oh no,
strong
I
man.
know they were getting down. I'm not disrespecting any of that, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying he wasn't getting it thrown at him. I just think Tim Tebow was getting it thrown at him more, especially since from the start the challenge was thrown out there that he wasn't going to have sex.
the
And
gauntlet.
You know, there are some
Hey.
hoes in Florida
Whoa.
that
Hey.
were just these young girls are like,
letting it. Oh,
We'll
oh,
see.
Oh, I'm gonna get
we'll
him.
see.
Oh yeah.
And
Look,
there have
I
been-
understand.
and
You know how many
And
times
look,
he
and
walked
here's-
into his room to
look.
naked women? Probably a lot.
AC went through a whole NBA career,
career.
not 4 years in college, a whole NBA career. Granted, he wasn't getting it thrown at him at Oregon State, but in the NBA in LA,
look,
different
he was
ball
getting
game.
it thrown
It's a
at him
different
in
ball of
every
wax.
city he goes,
I believe AC Green's
every area
story
code.
for multiple reasons.
I
see
never
this
said
But
I
thing.
his-
didn't. I
No,
believe
he
it.
believes
I
it. He
know he
believes it. He
believes it.
believes it. He believes it.
But I'm agreeing
I
with him
misheard.
there, and I'm saying I'm not even arguing with AC Green. But the reason why I don't believe the Tim Tebow thing is because there are multiple times on social media and even on ESPN they're like Tim Tebow's dating this person, he's dating that person, he's dating
Just
this
because you
person.
date somebody doesn't mean you're smashing them.
There's no way
He's dating
that
some
there's
bomb
no
ones though. Like,
way
that's just not fair. Like at least if I'm gonna have a starter girlfriend,
you're
let's go
with-
get a 3 and let's
I
get this
just-
thing
look,
right.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
I'm
hey,
not saying it ain't
At least
possible.
I know I'm not gonna stress myself out.
I'm not saying it ain't
I'm not
possible.
Tim Tebow, and I won't take a 3.
Dave
I'm-
understood.
But I'm just saying
I know
if
exactly
you
what he's talking
are-
about.
If you are alone with women as often as social media claims this dude is, but nothing is going on,
Do
nothing.
they always say he's alone with them?
Come on, man.
Well, I mean,
You take him to
They-
dinner, you take him out.
Look, they ain't going on dates with 3 people.
have
Come
a
on,
nice
man.
movie.
Look,
Chaperone.
So there's
Come on,
there's
man.
nobody in those restaurants.
you mean tell me for all
Nobody,
these
nobody's in those
years,
restaurants.
he just been dropping girls off on the front
Oh,
porch,
Oh my
Very
kiss
God.
possible.
Chris on the cheek.
Very
Gentlemen,
possible.
take
I don't
me out.
believe it.
Take me to a
possible.
movie.
If he was claiming he was single this whole time and not dating,
Getting
that's
sweet
one
loving
thing.
relations.
If he was like AC Green situation where he's basically single the whole time, or maybe had like one girlfriend and they were both, went to the same church or whatever. There's certain things like in the story that I can
Same
believe.
Same church.
But this dude,
I would believe it even less if they went to the same church.
Oh, you go to the same
dude-
church?
You know
I
all the
believe it.
church people get down.
this dude is bouncing around,
Come on now.
dating this girl, dating that girl, dating this girl, dating that girl, and these girls ain't
Hey.
claiming to be the conservative Christian that he is. So
fair. That's fair.
you mean to tell me that this girl who ain't a conservative Christian is trying to get with this dude and she ain't trying to smash?
I mean, Sierra wasn't a conservative Christian when she met Russell
Wilson.
yeah, and she was knocked up.
But she
And
had
she had a
already
child.
had a
And
baby
she-
with somebody before. She was
Yeah.
cautious in the world.
Yeah. So,
She
I
wasn't
mean,
ready
come
for
on,
number
man.
2 just yet.
Come on. And you talking about them two just making a decision saying, you know what, we together, but we not going to do whatever until we get married, and we about to get married.
So you're saying
So,
two people can make a
little
decision
different.
and not do it, but one person can't make a decision for himself and not do it. I don't get that.
Why is he dating all these women?
Why can't you can't date women?
Why
have
is-
you,
what's
have
the
you
point?
not have you not dated women
Might as
without
well be
sleeping with them,
Might as
Steve?
well be playing Xbox, son.
Why?
Why? Why you just spending money on dinners and movies and whatever, man?
You
But
can't
I'm
go
saying
out.
I'm
you can't-
paying.
You know that Steve
on,
is
son.
making a lot of great points right now.
But I'm saying
He's
I'm
not, though.
paying,
Come on, son.
which makes her a Boondocks.
Look, man.
Boondocks.
Look, I ain't
good
saying
stuff.
it ain't possible. I'm saying it's unlikely. I'm saying I don't believe it. Sound
I
like shenanigans.
believe it.
Well, go
I believe
ahead,
it.
man. Go ahead.
I will go
believe
ahead.
the
I
Earth
believe
is.
it.
You can believe the Earth is flat.
I don't believe
Kyrie is
that.
one of the
Kyrie.
greatest actors of all time. You can believe
You
whatever
said Kyrie's whatever.
you can believe whatever you want.
You're the one that watched Uncle Drew, not me. I don't
Two
know what you're
times.
talking about.
Two
Twice.
times.
No, I
This
watched
dude
it
rewatched it.
one time.
No, you rewatched
I
it. We
said
heard you.
We watched it.
No, you
not
said-
rewatched.
You said you wouldn't say we watched it. You said I rewatched it.
Man, look.
That's too funny.
My wife brings up a good point.
Listen, once was
And
one too
I-
many.
And look, I could be wrong. She's saying maybe that's why they didn't last. Why he ain't been with these girls.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was
Exactly.
thinking.
That's the
Like-
only logical argument I will accept.
Like, no,
Other than
yeah.
that,
when-
like,
if they were, if he was
trust
with
me.
somebody for 4 years and that
Oh
kept
yeah,
going,
then absolutely not.
come on,
ooh,
man.
All
that's
right.
tough.
Come on.
All right.
Especially if they done been to the mountain before and you don't want to go back with them, man.
Wait, what about we talking
You
about?
know what mountain I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Look.
I'm confused.
Well,
on
no,
the
now
mountain.
you're mixing him up with Russell Wilson and Sierra.
I'm
man.
saying if a girl has been, intimate with someone else in that
Oh,
way
you mean the
before,
girl
right.
herself? Yeah.
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
now
fair.
she's with you and you're like, we're not going to be intimate, but you ain't talking about like we finna get married in the next year or so.
Yeah.
How long does she
yeah,
have to
yeah,
not be intimate?
What am I waiting on?
Right. You see
Yeah.
what I'm
It's
saying?
happened before.
So
It's true.
People
but
can
that,
do
man,
it.
A lot of things have happened before.
All right.
Kevin Garnett did tell us anything is possible.
Look, man. Shaq hit a 3 one time.
I just
Ugh.
don't know
Like,
why he would lie
I'm
about
telling
that.
you.
That's not.
That is
It's
I
a,
don't
good
know.
for the brand.
It's
He
not.
lies for
Why?
the
It's
brand.
not
I
that.
don't know. Why
The
does
brand
Trump,
makes
No, it's
him
not.
money.
why the
No, it's
president
not.
always
The
lying? I
brand
don't
makes
know.
him money.
the brand does make him money though.
Look, why the president always lying? I don't know why people lie.
for money.
I don't know. It don't
All
make
right.
no sense to me.
Sometimes it's just there's good people in this world. I know it's hard for you guys to believe that,
It is hard to believe.
but there's good people in this
He
world.
could be
Dave,
good- he could
Dave
be-
will fight
look.
you to the death on that, sir.
He could be a good person.
Oh, there's a
and
rock.
still be having consensual
Relations.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah, or he could not be. God bless him. Either way, it don't really matter.
I
I'm just
personally
saying,
don't care.
I don't believe
You guys, wait, you guys don't care, but you guys just talked about it for 25 minutes. You guys talked about Tim Tebow's sex life
Well, hold on.
for 25
To
minutes.
That
be
wasn't
fair, I
25
talked
minutes.
about it for like 2. That Steve got loose.
Steve
had his Monique
Steve shook
notebook.
loose. Steve shook
Hey.
loose.
And by the way, speaking of Monique, Goose from Let the Ball Bounce went to her show.
Oh, Goose, no. Did he pay?
100 people in there, Steve, for the most decorated comedian.
Did he pay?
Oh.
I don't know if you paid.
I hope
How?
not.
Well, wait, 100. How much did it hold? That's an important
I'm
question.
sure
Yeah.
more.
100
More
in
than
a
100.
150 person room is we actually
Yeah.
looking good.
That should be a sellout. If you're the most decorated
Again,
comedian and you can't
what-
sell out 150,
No, but that's what
this
I'm,
was a year ago that she was talking about all
But that's
this.
what I'm saying. What is the where
Yeah,
are we?
what's the
Where-
capacity?
What is the capacity really?
But if you so
After
decorated,
all that hype about her and putting her name out there,
Yeah, that's
she
not good.
still can't sell out the SLS
That's
I
with
mean,
free parking.
even if it's 150, why you?
They had to put free parking in the ad.
that's so sad. Like when I saw that,
If
that
you
was like
advertise free parking and you still can't sell out the
you're not
SLS,
good. You're not good. You're not doing
Steve,
too
what
good.
does SLS stand for?
Lord knows, I don't know. It used to be the Sahara. I still call it that. I don't know.
Sahara's loose slots?
Well, I don't know what it stands for, but the SLS exists in other places.
It
Yeah,
does.
it does.
It looks nice. I don't know.
Have you been inside?
Mm,
Yeah.
One time when they first remounted the SLS, we went and checked it out. Yeah.
You rechecked it out?
No, we went and checked it out. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if you said
Is
we that
she-
time.
Did they put her in the foundry?
Who?
If it's in
Monique.
the foundry, that's thousands of people.
Yeah, because it's saying that holds up to 1,000 people.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the foundry.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
I saw Method Man and Redman in there, and we were definitely 15.
Oh, they can't have put her in there. I'm looking at a picture that there's no way they put Monique in that. She can't possibly fill that.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, 100 people in there.
She couldn't
You-
fill that with
you
10
got-
of her.
You got a lot.
Tough break, Monique.
Close.
Always FUBU.
Can we
whole
just go?
shebang
Can we
bang.
just go see Monique and sit in the front and see if we can clown her?
I will not pay a dime to go.
No. You know why? Because
There got to
Like,
be a Groupon out there.
literally, she'll curse at us because we wouldn't laugh. I know Dave wouldn't laugh on purpose.
Oh,
and I'd
well, on
probably come in.
purpose.
I
It'd
I
be
don't,
easy
I don't
not
think
to
it would be
laugh.
that hard of a challenge. And I'm not paying a dime to see Monique.
Oh. Dave's like me on that one. He will not. He will only go.
Can we get
if
some
it's-
media
if it's-
passes?
if
Yeah, media passes. I'm in.
We can work on that.
Hey.
If she's not selling out, we
There's plen-
hey, we
there's
want to
plenty
do
of
it
I
right
will
up.
tell you this. I put the odds of me getting thrown out as very good.
I
Very
almost
good.
got kicked out of a comedy club in Texas. Obviously, it wasn't like Monique big, but you
Why
know,
are you
it-
getting kicked out of comedy clubs?
Well,
Because
wait,
I was
Quan, how many people
funnier-
were there? Were there about 100 people there? Then
Wait,
it was
there
Monique
was about
big.
100 people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Oh,
was
you
Monique
said
big.
you were funnier than the comedian on stage.
yeah. The girl on stage was trying to clown me, and I was going off on her,
no.
and everybody was laughing at me and not her. And
Oh.
Like, sir, you got.
I actually don't like that. It's like, man, let people do their work. If it's
no,
not good,
not
it's
if
not
they're going
good.
at you. If they're if they're going
Did
at you
she
and they're
start
not
going
funny,
at you, or did you start first?
Were you in there with a?
Yeah.
with a
you think I would
see.
start anything?
Were you in there
Absolutely.
with a black girl and she was trying to make that into something, and you took offense?
No, I don't think. Who was out there with? No,
Okay, I tried. I'm just trying to take away all
Yeah.
the variables.
because
I
don't
can't even
like-
remember how it started. To be
I don't
honest.
like people heckling comedians. If you don't
Yeah,
like it, leave. It's
exactly.
fine.
Don't ruin the show.
They'll
for
try to
everybody
talk
else.
trash.
No,
to you,
if
whatever.
listen, if a comedian could go off on you in the crowd, they should be able to maintain
Hold
that
on.
if you
Did
go
they
back.
go off on you first?
That's the
I'm not sure if
question.
it was
If,
first. I can't remember.
if they go off on you first, I have 0.0 problems
Right,
with it.
right.
If you start it, then you're just a jerk.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I would still
I
be a
agree.
jerk even if I didn't start it.
Well,
but
that's true too.
I can't remember. I'll have to ask the people I was with. But
Why is it so mysterious
It
who
almost
you're
happened.
with?
Yeah, that's
well, it's
sounds
not
like
mysterious.
Sounds like there's a story
It was
there.
a group of people. There was actually, 2 black guys, 3 white guys, 3 white girls.
Oh,
2 black
Okay.
guys, 3 white girls.
that sounds about right.
Okay, yeah. Sounds legit. I believe that over Tim Tebow. Hey,
That sounds about right. Oh my
hey,
goodness.
that's okay.
All right, back to the NBA where we never got to yet. The Houston Rockets are without Capella 4 to 6 weeks because of a thumb injury. They're already without Chris Paul. They've been without Eric Gordon. James Harden has still been getting these wins for them a lot.
Eric Gordon's been there. He's just been bad.
No, he's been out. He's been out a few games.
He's been out here and there, but he's been really bad this year.
Yeah. But Capella, this is a big deal. This is actually a bigger deal to me than Chris Paul being
Absolutely.
out because he doesn't dominate the ball. He cleans up the ball. So he's getting those rebounds. He's getting those easy putback dunks. He's getting those easy passes from James Harden. Now without him being there, he's the only other person really playing for the Rockets.
Yeah.
You're not
he's
seeing PJ Tucker do much. You're
29 double doubles, I think it was
Yeah.
the
yeah,
stat
something
earlier.
crazy. He's averaging 17 and 12.
Yeah.
For the season right now. This is a big deal, and I think this is something that, we could see James Harden do his super stuff, but I think that super stuff doesn't equate to wins now.
He made the boy fall.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it won't equate. I'm not going to watch. I don't even care.
He made him fall. It's a good game now. It's a 1-point game.
It was a good game the whole time. It's been within
I
5
wasn't
all
paying
game.
attention. No,
Yeah.
they were down 14. I
Anyway,
thought they were going to get blown out.
Well, you're
Go
talking
ahead,
about James
continue
Harden and
your story.
Capella. Well, Capella is the perfect sidekick for James Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
He's a rim
need
runner.
the ball.
Yeah, rim runner.
He knows what he's supposed to be. He's not like Dwight Howard, who you have to give those post touches.
Yeah.
Clint Capella doesn't need that.
He always fried Dwight
He
on the
doesn't need-
post touches.
Well-
he talks about Dwight. He's like, "Oh God,
I
you got to
gotta-
live
I
with
gotta-
those post
I
touches."
gotta get him in while I can because I'm not sure Dwight Howard's ever gonna play again.
He's gonna play again.
No, he won't. I don't think
Thanks,
he will.
Thanks, Quanstradamus.
I really don't think he will.
I don't think he's gonna play again.
He's gonna play again.
Not
Okay.
basketball.
What else is he gonna play, Quan?
One-on-one.
Oh, that
Whatever
was,
game he
that
be
was
playing on
strong.
the bench.
That was strong off the top of your head. That was
Son.
pretty good.
But I really think so. The Rockets right now are in 6th, 5 games back.
But 6 is like a game and a half back of third. Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's 2 games. Yeah, it's
That's
two,
right there.
It's
2
well,
games.
and it's 2 games from 9th and 10th.
right.
So that's how close it is. But with them being there right now and Capella being out, I'm not sure. Chris Paul's supposed to come back sometime soon, the next week or two, I believe.
I'm not
I
sure
feel
how
like
much
it-
Chris Paul coming back helps you.
No, and I agree with that. That's why I don't think because they weren't doing great with Chris Paul there.
Yeah.
And Harden has really got them to where they're at right now, but that's because he has somebody like Capella.
And he had done that before. He did that before Chris Paul got there.
And listen, Harden might put up the same stats. I think his assists are going to drop a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to equate to wins now. I think he's been winning some games by himself.
Yeah.
But now with Capella not there, being the second guy and being that cleanup guy.
Plus, he's a good defender.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they don't have a lot of that.
Not at all. Not at all.
So I think this is a disaster. I mean, I would say I would
4
rather
to
lose
6 weeks.
Chris Paul easily over Clint
Yeah.
Capella without thinking twice.
Yeah.
Clint Capella is so much more important to what they do.
Yeah.
Whereas Chris Paul, it's just, I mean, you put.
If
'cause
Chris Paul
everybody's-
isn't there, James Harden just has the ball a lot more.
And,
Yeah.
and the thing is, I think this also is going to be just another case where Harden's going to be worn down by the time
Yep.
the playoffs
Yeah,
hit.
definitely.
And
Like
I-
he was 2 years ago in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it's not his fault. Anybody is
Exactly.
worn down under this
Well,
load.
and look, and that's, and I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's always going to be the first thing. Like, what happened to James Harden? He just disappeared. Like, no, I disappeared actually like 3 months ago when you know what I mean, when I was up to 2,000 more minutes than anybody else in my position.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those things where I really wish more people would think like that, because it'll come out in the playoffs like, oh, James Harden disappeared. Like, no, James Harden has been carrying the load for so long that he got tired.
Well,
and that's legitimately
he's,
okay.
He's tired when everybody, especially when a team like the Warriors finally switches it on.
Yeah.
Like the Warriors haven't switched it on all season.
No, they
But
haven't
should
had
he
to.
pace himself a little more, even though you can't really?
No,
because
you
of where you're
can't,
at?
because if you do, now you're taking some losses where you actually could have won those games, and that completely obliterates your seeding for the playoffs.
And look at it this way: even with Capella, those 40-point games, those weren't most of those weren't blowouts.
yeah,
I
they
mean,
were
he
still
had one
they
the
were
other
still
day
good
where
games.
he did all that in 3 quarters.
Yeah,
But most of them have been tight
Yeah.
games where he had to put up those numbers.
yeah.
And like I said, so if he's not putting up those numbers
Yeah.
and they take him out for any more time, but you're playing 40-minute games in December and January. That's
It adds up.
Yeah.
especially with the amount that he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
when Capella, by the time Capella comes back in a month and a half, I think Houston drops out of the playoff race in this time,
Ooh.
because they're, like I said, they're only 2 games
above.
above.
Where are the Lakers now?
They're at 7, so they're tied with Utah.
Yeah.
Are they still? At
Well,
seven?
they're
Yes, they're
8th seed, but they're,
They're the 8th
7 games
Oh,
behind.
okay.
Tied with Utah, 7 games behind.
Oh,
also.
okay. Utah just
Oh.
has the tiebreaker or whatever.
Yeah,
No,
Lakers lost
Lakers
a
have the
horrible
tiebreaker.
game against the Cavs yesterday that they should have won with
They-
or without LeBron.
Did you see? Why am I blanking on his name? Your GM,
Yeah,
Rob
Rob Pelinka.
Pelinka. Oh, did you see him after the game
No.
looking distraught?
No.
Yeah, it was sad.
I
to
mean, I
watch.
wish I did.
He
I would love to see it.
He looked like he was like pondering a lot of different things.
He was
first
like,
on
man,
the
it was,
list
like,
might
it
have
was
Should
a
I
lot
be an
easier
Asian
when
again?
it was a lot easier when I was cashing James Harden and Kobe's checks.
Just be an agent?
Yeah, that was definitely one. Driving off the PCH.
I
may have
think
been
it's.
two.
I think it's definitely. I think it's definitely one of those where it's like, man,
Why does Jeannie love Luke Walton so much?
man, Kuzma and Ingram for Kawhi would have been a great deal.
Mm.
Kuzma is playing well. I will give him that. Ingram,
I
not
would
so
say
much.
don't trade Kuzma, but you could have got away with trading Ingram, Lonzo, and Hart and a pick.
I'm still not sure that San Antonio would have ever traded with the Lakers.
I don't think so either.
But they could have gotten somebody. And now you're starting to reach the point where Ingram's going to not bring you any.
I mean, even the Bradley Beal rumors that were at the beginning of the year, like,
God, the Wizards would be in so much trouble if that happened. And by the way,
I mean, they're in trouble anyway.
doesn't it start to feel like everybody eats again?
I mean, they are 5-5 in
You
their last
can't-
10.
Okay, sorry. So I'll say this. I will
You
say
can't
this.
tell me they don't look better and
I'll say
more
this.
rejuvenated recently?
I'll say this.
They're actually lower. They're actually one position lower than they were when John Wall went out, though.
That's very true. I will
but
say
their
this.
record is better.
I will say this. Sheldon Mack, that used to play on the Wizards.
Yep.
He was actually tweeting out because he saw. I don't know if he saw the aftermath of John's surgery, but he was like, if you would have seen what John was playing with, you would be saying a different story. So I don't know how big the heel spurs were. You know, he's cadet heel spurs now. He's taking that away from Trump.
No, I'm sure the injury was bad. I don't think John Wall is gonna. Whatever you want to say about John Wall, I don't think he's taking an injury time off. He's played through other injuries.
But how much do you think, us calling him fat, like how much do you think that some of that actually went into that, or him not moving as much as you would have liked?
We made fun of the fat at the beginning of the year.
No,
he was in shape.
No, but I mean like in shape, but to the fact of, if he couldn't be in better shape, because he could, he literally was like, I can't run anymore. Like if I run anymore, this is gonna flare up, and you got to monitor that. It's just one of those things where you got, you know what I mean? Like, so it did give me a little bit more pause, but yeah, I mean, I don't like talking about my Wizards. We suck. So it's just one of those things. It's a touchy one. Let's talk about the Caps, even though right now we're struggling too.
Well,
we can talk about the Knights. That would be a great thing to talk about.
We could stay in the NBA for
Golden Knights are playing, playing pretty well.
The Caps don't play NBA basketball, so there's that.
We'll talk about hockey in a minute though, because it's been good. All-Star game's coming up.
It is.
All-Star jerseys look really dope, by the way.
They do.
I think I might get one.
Them.
They're black and white.
Just like the NBA did last year.
They're made out of recycled garbage from the Pacific Ocean.
Just like
and
the
from
NBA
the
has also done.
Very true. Very true.
Wait, recycled garbage from the Pacific Ocean?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
They just reaching, man.
No, a lot of teams have done that.
What's wrong with recycling, Steve?
A lot of jerseys are made from this stuff,
like
Steve.
a lot. Like it actually started in the World
Steve,
Cup.
just because
like
Haynes
years
hasn't
ago.
gone that route doesn't mean it's not okay.
I think Haynes
just
has
because you've recycled the same 5 shirts throughout your history on the show doesn't mean nobody else can recycle.
I've yet to wear a Hanes shirt on this show, number one. Number two.
What kind of shirt is that?
What kind of shirt?
Don't tell me that's a Gildan.
No,
Russell Athletic.
No, he had a new
Gildan.
era. You had some new era shirts before.
Some of them are new era shirts.
Russell Athletic.
No.
Oh, snap!
Oh, he's like, no, get out of here.
Going for Russell Athletic. Oh,
champion.
There's a champion.
No,
it's a champion
I'm
tee.
trying to think of the name of it, but it's not a champion.
Fruit
Are you Googling the name of your T-shirt?
I really am.
You could look at the
can't
tag.
I cut it off because it was stretching my day.
I cut it off because it said made from China.
That's not why I cut it off.
I didn't.
It said
But
made
it
in
didn't
China.
hurt.
Cut it out.
I literally it just slipped. Y'all just drive me nuts.
It's
Doesn't
our fault
matter.
you don't
It
know
ain't
what
him.
kind of T-shirt you put on.
Yeah, I don't really.
How's that our fault?
I don't really care about the brands other than when I'm ordering them because I want to make sure I get the same one, basically, same brand of one because they're comfortable the way they feel. So
All right, moving on. More NBA recycle talk.
Next level.
So, what do you think this is going to do, real quick, to Houston?
I think that they're gonna definitely go through a solid 2 weeks where they're gonna be searching for who they are.
And I want to look at their schedule actually
That's
now
very important
to see who they're playing, where they're playing, because this is putting them out past the All-Star break.
Well, they're prime time against the Warriors Saturday, right?
Well, I will be taking that bet. Is DeMarcus back before then? I think he would be back, right?
DeMarcus,
He's
the
supposed to be
18th.
back.
The 18th.
Then probably not.
In 4 days.
DeMarcus is supposed to. It may not be the Warriors. I think it's Lakers Warriors because they have a 2-day. He's playing either against the Lakers or the Clippers, 17th and 18th. So I was wrong about that.
Okay.
All right, tonight at Memphis right now, or at home against Memphis right now. Brooklyn, Lakers. These are all at home. So that's Lakers and Rockets on Saturday on ABC. So this is their first Saturday night game for ABC. And then at Philly, at New York, versus Toronto, versus Orlando. They actually have some easy games versus New Orleans, at Denver, at Utah, at Phoenix, at Sacramento. That's going to be hard. Versus OKC. So it's a mix of easy and harder games. So they could still win some of these games, and hopefully, for their sake, they probably want to stay at least 500.
Yeah.
With Capella out, I'm not sure when Chris Paul is coming back.
I don't know if 500's enough.
Well, 500 will at least keep them moderately afloat. They probably will be out of the playoffs, but they'll at least be somewhere close by.
Right, but I'm just saying it's because I have a feeling eventually LeBron comes back. which clearly makes the Lakers a better team.
Yeah.
Utah is continuing to rise up the standings.
Playing a lot better. Mitchell's playing a lot better now too.
Well, he couldn't have played worse. He was
Yeah,
playing
he was playing really bad at the beginning of the year. He's been having some really big games, lately. So he looks like we thought he was going to look coming into the season the past few weeks. So Brandon Knight's out, Capella's out, Eric Gordon's out, Chris Paul's out, Carmelo Anthony's out. I'm glad he's on the injury report.
They list that. How funny that no one has gone after him.
What a surprise.
How funny that the Rockets haven't just outright cut him, or just like, why'd they even do all this?
Well, because you buy him out, you still gotta.
But they haven't.
You gotta come to an agreement.
But if you keep him on the team, might as well just play him.
Well,
Yeah.
but they don't want that. Well, no, they're doing the smarter thing, which is the thing that Oklahoma City should have done last year, which is not play him.
I just don't think they're worse off if Carmelo's playing. I don't.
I disagree with that completely.
I would say,
Yeah.
listen, I would say right now, this would definitely be a conversation to possibly bring that boy back.
I mean, who else? Who
no
else
chance
is there?
that ship has sailed.
Hey, it'd be funny if they did.
Has it?
He's still on the team. All they have to do is call him up, be like, "Hey, you're
Dave,
playing."
Let them go 0-5 and slide to like
Hey.
11 or 12.
Do you think they go to 0-5 and they think, "Oh, I know the answer"? Carmelo Anthony,
Hey,
get out of here.
The sad part is at the beginning of the season.
I'm just
That's
saying.
what they did.
I'm just saying, they go to 0-5.
That was hilarious to me.
I would
'cause
have a
was like,
conversation about it.
Yeah.
as a Thunder fan, I was sitting there looking at all these people like, "Oh, look, Carmelo's gonna finish." It's like, what? I saw Carmelo play all last year. Trust me, he is
Wow.
washed up.
That boy's done.
He had a good career.
Yeah.
He did.
Shout out to him. He was a very good to great player in his best days.
This is two very close Duke games.
He's a Cadillac,
We're going to
man.
commentate the end of this Duke game
By,
for you guys.
by the
I
way,
appreciate that.
Jones got hurt in the first half, and Cam Reddish is out with an illness.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Reddish has been out all game?
Yeah, Reddish hasn't played
Okay,
all
I
game.
didn't know that. So Duke and Syracuse are tied at 85 right now. Duke just had a close game on Saturday against Florida State that we talked about earlier, where they won by 1 point.
Zion hit 1 out of 2 free throws
Yeah, Trey
to tie
Jones.
the game.
Yeah, Trey Jones is
7
their point
seconds
guard,
left.
so that's a
Syracuse
huge
with
loss.
the ball.
Oh,
Oh, foul.
Oh my
foul.
goodness,
I
that
was about to say, did he just
crossover
put
was that crossover was vicious.
Yeah, that was bad.
Put the
That's-
fruit flams
oh
on
my
there.
By the
boy.
way, that's what happens when Trey Jones isn't out there.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, take a breather, young fella. That was
Yeah,
serious. he put him on the
They
mixtape.
put the flute flams on.
I
there,
really
boy.
wanted to
Well,
see that
they weren't
replay.
in the bonus yet.
Yeah, yeah.
They are now.
It's so weird that this is a conference game now.
It doesn't
Yeah,
feel right.
I don't like Syracuse there.
I really like was trying to figure out why they were playing each other right
Oh, for the win.
now. No, didn't get it.
Overtime. Wow. So we're going into overtime in Cameron Indoor. 85-85. Good game by Syracuse. But yeah, I mean, this is a conference game. It doesn't make sense still to me that Syracuse
Took
is
the
not
money.
in the Big East.
Listen,
took the money.
conferences in general. West Virginia's in the Big 12.
Yeah, that's wrong.
You know, Maryland's in the Big 10,
The Big Ten, wrong.
along with Rutgers and Nebraska.
Just wrong.
It's just there's so much that doesn't make. When Penn State made the Big 10, 11 teams, that made sense because Penn State wasn't in a conference and they belonged there. Or like Notre Dame, when they finally go outside of football, they're in a conference, but it's not the Big 10 where all their rivals are. It's the ACC
Yeah.
where they have no connection to anybody. I mean, except for Miami, if you want to go with some of those 80s things.
Money.
Of course.
Money.
Yeah, of course it's money. But
Money.
yeah, I don't like it.
How much the athletes get paid?
0.0.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Oh, they
under
get
the
free
table?
tuition.
Yeah.
under the table, some of them get some money.
Man,
You get
free
college
tuition don't
education?
count.
Some.
I mean, free tuition is
They ain't
not
getting-
bad, though.
They ain't getting education.
A lot of them are.
No, they
You getting educated on how to go to 6 months of school?
How to
Right.
sneak the system
not. Exactly.
or how to oppress people quietly.
Ain't nobody getting no education in
Nobody.
you an athlete.
Uh,
Come on, Steve.
no, they get
There's
education.
some.
Georgetown,
When?
Jerome was really taking those classes. He had to read a whole St. Bartholomew's Bible in like a week.
Look,
I felt horrible
J.R.
for
Ryder
him.
had, he went to his own classes.
that was a bad one right there.
He spelled his name wrong on his test.
Yes, that's right.
Like, are you sure you did this test because your name Isaiah is spelled wrong?
Yeah.
To
Of
me, that
the-
would have told me that he did do it.
Oh gosh.
of the thousands of collegiate athletes, like we can name 12 of them who actually went to class. That's great.
Oh,
Come
come
on,
on. There's a
Steve.
lot more than 12.
A lot more than
Come
Okay.
on, Steve.
Yeah, you're right.
No, it's serious.
Tim Tebow's a virgin.
Listen,
Yeah.
Northwestern has a football team. They get ranked
Keep believing.
sometimes.
There's a lot, but like, trust me,
Look.
there's a lot more. Like, for real, Georgetown, especially under the old John Thompson, they had to go to class.
The
Do you think AI had to go to class?
Yes, and that's the reason why he left. That was like dead serious. Because think about it, like when AI left, nobody was leaving school early like that.
No.
That was like unheard of. Like a sophomore coming out, like
Especially at Georgetown.
yeah, like Georgetown never let go.
Yeah,
Let
Dikembe
players
played
go
for
early.
9 years.
Just because Dikembe Mutombo is 87 years old.
Education is important to me.
Oh my goodness. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Oh, man.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Get out of here, man.
Well,
These
we're
kids.
way over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I felt
All
that.
right.
I felt that 30 minutes ago.
I think
All
we're
right,
about just there.
No hockey. Golden Knights are doing pretty well.
Actually doing
And,
very well. I
Yeah.
still wish they had a better defense, but
Yeah, their defense made them lose a game that I was at. Golden Knights.
I wasn't gonna talk to you about that one when that happened. I watched that joint live and I was like, yeah. I was putting
You're a jerk.
I was putting the
You're a
kibosh
jerk.
on there like, oh, give me one more goal. Yes.
Here's the thing. Even when they lose, it's still fun being there at T-Mobile.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
it's fun watching hockey.
It's not
was fun.
fun when they
I
lose.
don't. It's fun watching hockey. I don't think we've perfected the hockey watching experience in Las Vegas. It's a little too
Oh.
much nonsense for my taste.
Oh no.
What's the hockey watching experience?
No, I'm just saying the hockey watching experience, being able to like watch the game and everything is nice. All the other stuff around it, I could do without all of it.
Really?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the people
It's too
drumming up and
much.
down the strip,
It's fun.
the
It's
the drum thing.
Vegas. Come on, Dave.
Vegas isn't the only place that does this, by the way. So I'm not ripping on them. It's most new school
It's fun.
hockey cities.
Yeah.
Because they're going after new school fans, and it's working.
Yeah.
For
I
5
feel
minutes.
like the hockey enough should be working.
You would think
Hockey's great live. I don't need any extra stuff.
the extras is, yeah, that's true.
I don't need Adam
I like it
Cutner
both.
power plays.
It's not Adam Cutner.
It's
the NV Energy power play.
Whatever, whichever.
It's
Whoever
it's the
sponsored
Ed
it.
Bernstein.
Ed Bernstein.
Ed
power
Bernstein.
play.
No, not power play. When you're on the other side.
Oh,
Penalty kill.
when you're on the other side.
That was a good moment for you.
Hey, I got it though. Did I get it or
What
not?
was it?
Did I get it or not?
Did I get it?
Did I get it or not? Exactly.
How did I do?
You
Exactly.
talked your way through that one.
Exactly. So I got it.
The
Yay!
Ed, oh,
So you-
Ed Bernstein.
So you
it's
guys.
defense.
So you guys have never
I got it.
had to think of something before you say it
I
because
got
you've
it.
gotten some
No.
names wrong today.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
True.
There you go.
I just
You've
say
had
whatever
to
comes
use your
out.
brain.
Exactly.
All the time.
This is what he said.
And
all
I
the
waited
time.
to think and got it out.
Way to get it out, Quan. I'm proud of you.
You're welcome.
Ed Bernstein makes sense though.
Evidently, Tim Tebow's going to get it out soon, too.
He been getting it out, son.
That sounded like the Eagles losing right there, Steve.
That was that was the sound Desiree made when that ball hit.
All right. Scoot back when you scream into the mics, guys.
God.
Bad for the
Yo.
mics. We're going to call
Oh.
Desiree one more time.
Oh my goodness.
Where is she at?
She's
Probably
asleep.
at work.
She's
No,
taking
she's-
zero calls.
She took the day off.
zero calls.
We'll call you Thursday. We'll call you next Monday. We're calling you.
Oh, this
About this
conversation
game.
is gonna happen.
Quan, what you should do is you should act like you're trying to set up your one-on-one game because she'll get sucked in.
Desiree, I want to have that one-on-one match.
And you just show up in Saints
meet
gear.
up. Meet up at the studio,
Sorry I missed you.
and then we have an
Oh,
intervention.
Oh,
We have an Eagle vention.
Eagle Vince.
Eagle venture.
All right. Golden Knights are 4 points out of first place in the Pacific and the West. Tied for third in the West. 1 point behind the San Jose Sharks, which they needed to beat the other day to keep that
San
second
Jose's
place.
good, too.
They're really good. And the Caps are 59 points. Okay, they're not as great as everyone's saying they are over there. They've only played 44 games. What's
That's
up
right.
with that?
Exactly.
The Knights have played a lot of games.
Exactly.
Knights have played 48.
Now, the one plus is that they played a lot of road games,
A lot.
so you're getting a home heavy finish.
The Capitals have been they've won the same amount of games on the road as they have at home.
Ooh.
That's good in one way. The other way, it's not so good.
No, I mean we've won like 14 games on the road, 14 games at home. That's
13 at home,
all right. 13
14 away.
Well, there you go.
13, 6, and 2, 3 at home, 14, 6, and 2 away.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, we just won one. My bad.
Yeah, you're on a 1-game losing streak.
Yeah.
So what have you done for me lately?
Partying a little too much at
Just
home.
lost. Hey, that's all right.
A little too excited.
That's all right. Just get me out of the first round, baby.
Now you have 3 caps in the All-Star game, or just 2? Hobie,
3
Ovechkin, who's not going to play, and then
and John Carlson.
Carlson, yeah. And Knights have 1. And Sharks they're hosting. I think they have 2.
Well, they definitely have William Carlson.
No, you mean
Eric Carlson.
Eric,
Excuse me.
yeah,
William
Eric.
plays for your team.
Correct.
My bad.
Had you been thinking?
Oh, you messed
first?
up. Oh,
Had you been
messed
using
up
your
on the name.
brain?
Oh,
Name's not quite as bad as
Oh.
not knowing it's called a penalty kill.
Except I said it.
Yeah, the other
Is
side.
it a penalty
second.
kill?
I didn't say is it a penalty. I
And
didn't say is it a penalty
there
kill.
was some trepidation in your voice when you were
No,
like,
I said penalty. Once I said penalty
Let
kill,
me check my
I said
phone.
it. We can watch the replay. I
Let me
didn't check my phone.
Let me check my buzzword.
I didn't have to check my phone.
buzzword. I'm sorry.
Boy.
I'm sorry. Dave sent me over. That was really good.
I couldn't even hear what you were saying because you're laughing the whole
exactly.
time. You're laughing to your own joke.
All I know is I
Hockey
set you up
buzzwords.
for I don't know what.
hockey buzzwords on your phone.
Oh,
There you go.
it wasn't as funny when you
Was-
said the
wasn't,
joke. without laughing.
wasn't as funny.
It was still funny. All right, we're going to watch the rest of this game, and we will be back maybe Thursday if there's sports to talk about.
It's always sports to talk about.
Always.
Somebody will do something. NFL season ain't over yet.
Well, they don't play this week.
Oh, they don't gotta play. Somebody will release a video.
Of Tim Tebow.